Shane, welcome to the Bruin Show.
Me.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Shane Hawkins. I'm a graduate student here at UF. I am doing chemical engineering, master's chemical engineering. I think it's actually considered like an ME because I don't actually have a background in engineering. I have a background in chemistry. So I have undergraduate, bachelor's in chemistry at Georgia Southern, and then I have a master's in applied physical science, which is just which is a fancy way of just saying chemistry. And that's also at Georgia Southern. So I'm a double eagle is what they call it by going back and forth.
A double eagle. Don't you have a law degree too?
I do not have a law degree. That is the future.
That's the future.
That's the
We're
future.
getting there.
It's thinking about the future of education, but I'm actually already 12 years in. It's a weird thing, but yeah, eventually, I might. I'm not exactly sure yet because something that we've already talked about is that what I want to do is patent law. And for patent law, what you'll have to do, or there's many paths, but one of the paths is you can start as just having the technical background.
Yeah.
Being what's called a patent analyst or an agent, and then going up that track without the degree, and then eventually you can transition into just having a law degree, like going back, getting a law degree, maybe with your firm, going and getting a law degree, and with that lets you do some more advanced techniques. There's more detail into it, like what exactly that means, but essentially what I want to do is more focused on the stuff that you don't require a law degree for. But
I see. So it is what you're thinking of. Is your plan as of now to get into the patent office, become like a patent analyst, and then to go back get your law degree and then be eligible for the more advanced things?
in like a general sense, yeah. I mean, right now I'm trying to get to the PTO, to the U.S. Patent and Trade Office, and there be an examiner, which is the other end of being an analyst, right? The patent examiner, essentially, people would throw their inventions at them, and then they would actually be able to determine whether or not you can do this legally. A lot of what I'm learning right now, I have one course with the law department, because you're able to, really cool here, is that you're able to go into departments that are not your own, and I didn't even know you could do it with law until I actually was like, why not? And then I asked them, and they're like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, the semester's a little offline, but like our spring breaks are the same. We just start and end at different dates.
Interesting. For the law school and the engineering school, you mean? Or...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, any other school. Law almost counts as its own school. Same thing as the any pharma or medicine would be kind of its own, but just attached enough. It's both UF that I didn't have to like apply to get into it. I can just take a class or two in there.
Gotcha.
And they won't stop me. But I have a patent course there to actually continue what I was saying. So with them, I'm learning kind of what I want to do. I probably don't have to have a law degree. I want to do prosecution, which is the end where you are messing with the PTO. Either you are with them, working with them, or you are the one trying to file a patent. What you normally a law degree is litigation, which is I already have this patent and somebody's challenging me, or I'm challenging this patent in courtroom.
And you're challenging the patent. So are you basically... So are you going to be the person who determines whether or not the patent is like novel enough to be filed as a new invention?
That would be as an examiner, yes. That's the idea for that. If I work on the private end, then I would be the person kind of doing that, but mostly I'd be trying to do the actual filing. So I have to make the actual document. There's really cool documents out there, especially if you're not really that well versed in it. I definitely recommend looking up on Google Patents. Just look up something basic like a Barbie doll, and then you can see the whole documentation set. There's a whole specific format, and you have to go into very odd detail about it too, and you get some really cool like diagrams and stuff. But yeah, it's cool stuff. I really like it.
Well, when did you get interested in patent law?
Actually, it started when I was in 8th grade.
Oh man, way back.
Yeah, I had how people dream about being like a fire, like working with fire department or being a police officer or something like that. Astronaut. For me, I wanted to be an inventor.
Oh wow.
And from there, I'm very, very practical with how I think. So it was like I was telling my family, and they were like, "Well, if you want to do that, why don't you be the guy who actually just helps the inventors invent stuff?" And I'm like, yeah, that actually would make sense because then I can invent stuff on the side. At least that was the idea behind it. But now I'm just kind of like, no, that's actually patenting stuff is my interest now. I mean, it's really cool, like how the new stuff, the novel stuff that comes by your desk is fascinating. I mean, my actual experience in the field is I had a internship with Universal Studios.
Yep.
This is a patent intern, essentially, was what it was called. But I was able to see all the stuff they were doing for Epic Universe, the new park they just opened. Fascinating. It's so cool. Like you get to see these like technical, like mechanical engineering, like solutions for stuff, for like entertainment, like a lot of projections and stuff. I mean, this is all by now it's all filed, so I can talk about it. But it's like really cool stuff
Well,
you see.
was there one or a few specific inventions that really caught your eye?
The first one I saw was the burning windmill. I don't know if you've ever been to Epic Universe, but there is a windmill that's constantly on fire in the Monsters Unchained area, I think it's called, or the Dark Universe. Dark Universe, that's the one. Monsters Unchained is the ride. But there is a burning windmill that's constantly on fire. And how they do it, at least the patent for it, was the actual outlet jets for the propane butane mix. I think they use. They use a specific mixture of flammables, but that wasn't the actual thing. It was how the pipe work and metal was like designed to best make the. You know how when you see like a phoenix and how the fire kind of like lags behind it.
Yeah.
You essentially get that effect. You want the windmill not to just be spouting out like jets outwards like this. You want it to flutter out. And so that's what the windmill does, essentially. There's like a manifold that it uses to get that really nice trailing effect.
Oh, wow, that's incredible.
That was the first thing I saw. Like, they were just finishing up. They were like, all right, we're going to help us with this real quick, get this out the door, and then we can keep working. And I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, because in that one, you really have to optimize for the way you want it to look. You know?
It's, for entertainment stuff, it's all about aesthetics, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, a lot of stuff with projections. And projections was all aesthetics. I mean, that's literally the point of it, right? Some of it was guest management, and some of it was I think was there another? I mean, AI kept coming up, but AI and software is hard to patent, so only in certain aspects would that actually go anywhere. So
Interesting. Wow. And when did you do that that internship?
that would have been about a year ago now. Actually, thinking about it, well, no, more than a year ago now, right? Is last fall I was already back here. Yeah, so it would have been back in 24, fall 24.
Gotcha. And was it during this time that you decided to get the chemical engineering degree?
No, I was already, that was part of the degree.
Part of the degree?
Correct.
That counted towards it?
Yeah, that's an internship.
It seems like it would be kind of tangential. I didn't realize that credits would count.
Yeah, it's a technical. It counted as technical. I mean, I was able to talk to Sumat, our what would he count as?
Faculty advisor?
Faculty advisor. Yeah, I talked to him and I was like, hey, like, would this count? And he was like, yeah, because essentially it's engineering. I mean, I did mechanical a lot. I was able to use some of my chemical. How patents work is it's whatever comes in the door. So there was a lot of weird things I had to learn. Again, a lot of it was catching up the mechanical that I didn't know because my cohorts were both, I think one was more aerospace and one was pure mechanical in terms of their backgrounds. But it helped to have more people of a variety because then that's how you're able to find things like previous art really well because that you just kind of have to have an idea of the direction to look in and then you start going on the database and being like, the manifold steel work design, and then you put it in like a bunch of keywords, like .au for an author or like it's a whole search system. It's like there's a technique to it.
Gotcha. See, yeah, and it's really cool when you have a bunch of interdisciplinary people all working on the same problem.
It was so cool talking to them.
Yeah.
Like they had it's like 10 years experience in the field, and then they came to Universal,
Oh.
and they had PhDs in the back.
Wow.
Like, they were smart people, and I really respect them. I really need to catch back up with them, especially if I get into the PTO, I'll be like, I did it. I'm getting in because they know the challenges that even I've had trying to get in. Like I came back. The reason why I'm doing chemie is for my difficulty of just having a master's in chemistry, getting into the field. It's hard. It's a lot of fields, all those very specific fields are hard to get into.
I don't really understand. How could the chemical engineering degree help you get into the patent field?
Some people like to see engineering. As soon as you see engineering on the end, it's like,
You're in. Yeah.
you're in. But then also at the same time, it is internships.
Mm.
Experience helps. Right?
I
And
see.
so having direct experience in patents it's something that you can't match. Right? So
I
it
see.
makes sense.
So would you be handling patents that are purely engineering, or could you just handle anything?
Most patents are engineering related. I mean, they're design patents as well. So that would be it's not as much a specific field. It's like design, quote unquote. But I mean, you're doing the same thing. You're looking it up to see if there's like a design that's similar, and that's just the aesthetics.
I see.
And then technically there's organisms like plants as well. You can patent plants.
You can patent a plant?
You sure can. There's a specific case on it. I don't remember the case law, but there is background on that.
Man.
I mean, it makes sense when it comes to the level of work that goes into that. How you have to breed them to get specific strains of plants. So essentially, it would be like I think Monsanto had a variety of plant that was already pest resistant, for instance. That would be one. I'm not sure if it was Monsanto or someone adjacent. But
Interesting. Wow. I wonder if you can like with all this genetic engineering coming out, I wonder if you could like patent an animal.
that has very specific case law, I'd say. That I would definitely. I can't speak specifics. I know humans can't be because that was put. There is literally they had to put into the new set of 2012 Act. I forget the name of it, but there essentially was an overhaul in 2012 of law, or at least the field in terms of like, all right, things are getting a little wild here, and we gotta like rein in and make a new set to kind of work with the global stage, but also like hone in what we're doing here because we're getting a lot of junk.
Yeah, we need some guardrails.
We need some guardrails essentially. Yeah. So one of the random things they threw in just to preempt it was that you can't patent humans.
I would hope not.
Animals? Yes, I think you can. Because I remember one of the examples we used in class was technically if there was no wild what is it called? Sources. You know, like a zebra horse. There's no wild zebra horses. Technically, you could patent a zebra horse.
Man, patent a horse.
Source. Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah, source. But it was really interesting. I was like, I didn't think about that. I was like, if you were the one who made this thing happen, like it would be more ideal if it's like maybe you took a mammoth and then you paired together with the elephant, made some kind of hybrid in the middle. Technically, you could patent that because it doesn't exist in the wild, and the only way to do it is by making it, right?
Wow. Huh. Dude, they're working on that.
They sure are.
That's been a long time coming, dude.
I think it might become applicable around that. I am still working on learning this field, so in terms of the specifics, I might be wrong. But from my knowledge, yeah, you would be able to.
Oh my goodness, dude. That's so cool. Or I bet you could patent at least like the process of de-extincting a mammoth.
Oh yeah, like that's one of the easy ones.
Yeah. So
Methods. Yep.
Gotcha.
Patents.
Huh. Yeah, it reminds me of that guy on Shark Tank who had a patent for like the method of deboning a rib a certain way.
Oh yeah.
And it was like one of the only like food patents that they saw on the show. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of food, you think a lot of things have already been done, right? So, but it's really cool if someone actually was able to the new way of deboning the rib. Yeah, that makes sense. You would be able to patent that, though.
Yeah. So if you knew that this was the field you wanted to go down all the way in 8th grade,
Sure.
Then what made you go for a chemistry degree?
It really was that in high school we had AP chemistry, and that was pretty good, and AP physics that was known to be pretty tough. And I was like, well, I can do chemistry pretty well. Physics, I'm not exactly sure. So I went for the chemistry end. I liked chemistry. I understood it. It wasn't that I loved it. It's that I understood it. I think everyone in the chemistry field except some really diehard people know that you do chemistry or chemistry adjacent stuff just because you know it, not because you love it. Because it's like, I can do this, you know? I'm not fanatic about it. I just know it.
Yeah, I can grasp it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can empathize with that. I took AP chemistry in high school as well.
And you were like, yeah, that's something around this.
Yeah, something similar. I didn't know exactly that was the field I was going to go down, but I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of.
Were you thinking Mechie at first?
Yeah,
Everyone's thinking Mechie.
I did start it out
Yeah.
of Mechie, yeah, for the first 2 years, and then I was actually teaching chemistry at the time, so I was a supplemental instruction leader
Mhm.
for chemistry, and I was like, I'm teaching hundreds of people chemistry, but I'm learning mechanical engineering, and chemistry seems to be a lot,
Yeah.
more intuitive, so I kind of diverged.
Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't.
my undergraduate started as chemical engineering, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to Georgia Southern. There is a transfer program that goes to Southern to Tech, Georgia Tech,
Hmm.
one of the bigger schools. I think technically it's counted as a not bigger in size, but like prestigious, right? You know, what I mean, I don't know. Prestige is all weird in terms of these kind of fields, but it was tough for sure. Problem is there's a whole story. There's a whole story about I graduated early from high school, like a year early
Whoa.
from high school. I was like 16 coming out of high school.
What?
Went into college and was thrown in the deep end. I ended up off the transfer program. I ended up like 17, 18 in the middle of Atlanta and Georgia Tech, and I just could not do it. It was too much. It was too stressful for me. Just not the class. Like class load was about the same as here. Like it didn't feel too much different. The rigor was harder in some ways and easier in other ways. But like being in the middle of Atlanta, I didn't feel like I could leave my dorm.
Mm.
I was just too. It was. I was not ready from being somebody who was like underneath the parents' wing for so long to going out on my own in the middle of Atlanta. I was like, I can't leave the house, man. Like I don't know what's going on. And so I just kind of I folded back into chemistry and then went back to Georgia Southern.
Mm.
If I had chemical engineering, I probably would have done it there. But then
Hmm.
did we could.
Wow. So when did you make that transition? Was that like in your first semester or two?
So the transfer in program was a year and a half. So it's at Georgia Southern there for a year and a half doing chemistry and the back end of chemical engineering, like the
Mm.
Calc 3,
Mm-hmm.
Diffie-Q, linear. I think I took that linear algebra.
Gotcha. Oh,
And
so
then-
the core classes.
Yeah. So the stuff that actually I would needed to get into this program right now works out in the end. But
Wow.
and then I transferred into tech for a year. I was there for a year. Did things like biochem. Did a class on spectroscopy there. I remember I did some patent law courses. They have a good program in terms of like getting started on that area, in terms of in your undergraduate even, which is nice. And then yeah, I don't know. I hit numerical methods. I couldn't do it.
Numerical methods.
Numerical methods. I don't know if you had to deal with numerical methods because I know some programs don't have to deal with it. Numerical
Not-
methods is
Not as a class, no.
it's hell on earth. It's
bet.
so bad. Okay, maybe it's better depending on if you start and end in the same university. But when you start at Georgia Southern, where the rigor is pretty low, and they just kind of say you can use the tutorials and stuff all the time, and then you go to Tech, where they're just like, you just gotta have know this before you even hit the room.
Oh man.
And it's just like I could not do it. I tried my hardest. Up until the first test, I tried my hardest, and then I realized, well, I knew nothing. I just don't know anything. I can't do this. It hit me like a brick wall. I realized this was the other half of it. It was not just I was uncomfortable, but like I had numerical methods and I saw no path forward.
Huh.
It was so bad. It was like, oh my god, like what am I doing here? Like the path forward would have been going back, taking the programming class again, MATLAB class,
Oh no.
and then going to it was a whole thing. But at that point, that combined with already being comfortable there, I was like, this is a good option to pivot out.
I see.
And we can deal with that later. And that's what I'm doing now. But doing it with it later.
Yeah.
It works out because you have to do the ME program, you had to have already have done stuff like the maths ahead of time or a lot of those pre-engineering courses. It's really hard. Like we have some fellow classmates that did chemistry and then came to this. And I'm like, at what point did y'all do the math? You know what I mean? Because like in chemistry, if you're pure chemistry, you just do up to Calc 2.
Really? You
You
don't
don't
need,
do Calc 3. You don't do Diffie-Q.
do you ever like apply a Diffie-Q or anything, or is it?
Georgia Southern, I can't tell you because Georgia Southern barely applies to math. It's mostly the theory.
Oh man.
There was some math. I mean, of course, if you were in math classes, it was math. But then as soon as you got into like chemistry, it felt like algebra mostly.
Mhm.
If you some of the physics was Diffie-Q, I guess. Well, not Diffie-Q.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Diffie-Q. It was just Calc.
Really
It was just base Calc. Yeah,
interesting because in chemical engineering, it's very
math based. Yeah.
oh yeah, it's extremely math based. I mean, a lot of it's applied differential equations, especially when you're modeling these different systems at different conditions over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's a big one. And before we move on, I just wanted to mention this is like some deep lore from me. Okay, so originally when I got out of high school, I got accepted into Western New England University,
Mm.
and I had a $25,000 a year scholarship to study business.
Really?
Yeah, that was my original
I would not have guessed.
idea. Yeah, so the semester rolls around, right? I think this would have been fall of 2020,
Mhm.
and I go there, and I remember like I just felt like very like unwelcome. Like I don't know. I just didn't get like a good vibe from the place. It was like a hard drive.
Yeah.
And I remember I got there and like I didn't really understand the class material. And I wrote the word. I went there for like a day. I was like, all right, whatever. And then I went there for like a half a day. And I remember writing insurmountable on the top of my paper. And then I just got up and I left. And I never went back. And so that was
Yeah.
my freshman year of college was a day and a half. And then the next year I started it.
I can relate to that. I mean, I get,
Yeah.
especially when you're that early in, if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit.
Mm.
I had already had at least a year and a half, 2 years coming into tech, so I hit it as hard as I could. But as soon as I hit the wall, it was same thing, insurmountable. I was like, as soon as I hit that first test in numerical methods, I got the F. I was like, I can't do it. I'm like, I will keep doing the classes I like. I'm not going out in numerical methods, and as soon as the semester's over, I'm transferring out.
I see.
Got a lot of credits.
So did true. And so if you get a law degree, will you have a lot of credits that can transfer into it?
I don't think so. I don't even think this patent law course should transfer in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it might just be separate. It's a maybe.
So maybe it's to be determined.
To be determined.
So did you grow up in Georgia?
Most of my life up until I started growing up in Georgia in like 4th grade.
Oh, I see. Where were you before that?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Really?
Raleigh, Clayton area, yeah. So Raleigh.
No way, dude. I was in North Carolina before first grade.
Oh yeah? Like what area?
I can't remember. That's like ancient history.
Raleigh?
I honestly.
Really? You don't even know? Like not even like
Dude, it was so early on. It was like preschool times. Like I had
you never asked?
No.
Were you in the center?
I didn't mind. I mean, we had a lake nearby. That's all I really.
You have
Yeah.
relatives up there though.
No. That was like the last place my mom was stationed in the Air Force.
Station. There you go. That makes sense. It's a
Yeah.
nice place though. It's really nice.
Yeah, so wherever there's an Air Force base, that's probably where it was.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean I think I remember my dad mentioning it.
Yeah. It's a nice place though. I've driven through it a couple times.
Mhm.
So fourth grade you go to Georgia, and then you said you graduated high school when you were like 16. Was that also in Georgia?
Also Georgia, that's correct.
Gotcha. And then you went to Atlanta, gave a shot there,
Well,
and then
Statesboro, then Atlanta.
Statesboro, and then Atlanta.
Yeah, because Georgia Southern is by the coast, so Savannah is about an hour away. So Savannah around the coast, hour inside of the state, Statesboro, middle of nowhere.
I see. So let me ask you this: so you get your chemistry degree, right? And you said it was a master's, and well, did you go straight from the undergrad to the graduate program?
I did. It was one of those things where I was like, I need more time thing.
Yeah, might as well just keep
Might as well keep going. I
keep it
think
rolling.
this is before COVID, but it was one of those things. Yeah, I just need to keep going. Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt after my degree. I was like, I just got to keep cooking.
Yeah, I'm already on the roll. I can't do PhD. I don't have the brain for it. But I was like, I keep going with masters.
Yeah, and once you're in the rhythm, you kind of want to just keep it rolling. So after you get the chemistry degree, what'd you do from there?
So got out of school, went back to my family. At that point they moved to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're here now.
Yep.
But then they're in the Villages. So if you know the Villages, any of y'all know the Villages, it is a retirement community.
It's a great retirement community.
It's fantastic if you're retired.
Yeah,
If you're not retired, there's nothing going on there.
yeah. There's a lot of golf courses.
There's a lot of golf courses, a lot of golf carts,
Yep,
a lot of old people know how to drive. That's always a fun one. And a lot of roundabouts.
A lot of roundabouts.
A lot of roundabouts.
Yeah, a lot of bars.
A lot of there is a lot of bars actually. I didn't realize that until recently. Like, oh, there's a lot of bars. Even bars within like village property too. It's not even like bars like on the outside. It's like you go to the town square. There's a bar or two, right?
Oh yeah.
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 But I was around there, looking for work. Doing the normal like this is my first hit on like actually trying to find real work.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I didn't really have a job like in my degrees before in high school. I didn't really go for that kind of stuff. I mean, the only work I did at that point was being a GTA, so graduate teaching assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was just
Grand Theft Auto.
Granted, I was being Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, that was me. I was that guy. But I was Michael actually. I was they hired me. But no, I went to what was it? I GTA'd for like Jen Kim, I think it was.
Oh really?
So essentially, I helped teach.
Oh, that's
In a
cool.
way. I mean, it was mostly lab course based stuff, but yeah.
And that's graduate teacher's assistant?
Correct. And that paid for my wave tuition.
Oh, I see.
Yep. I think you do it here, but you can only do it with a PhD because they don't have as much slots.
Wait, so this was after the chemistry degree?
No, this is during the master's.
During the master's. Oh.
We didn't. That was my only job experience up until that point.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And so actually hitting the job market, actually looking, oh my gosh, I was not ready. I was like, it's like, it's a whole thing. And then when I realized how close off the market is for patents, patent law, everyone wants experience. And it is one of the hardest things about experience is because only a few people want to do it right out the gate. Of course, one of the easiest lead-ins to the field is you go work at just somewhere doing engineering or tech for like 10 years or a few years. You become proficient in that, and then they kind of poach you. They're like, all right, you know what you're doing. We want to do patents. And then they just kind of take you from, a lot of times it's inter-department. Like, I think TI does that, like Texas Instruments, for instance. Like, I learned that recently, that they're like, yeah, if we have an engineer, we'll take them and make them into a patent lawyer. I'm like, well, I wish I could just, come in from the outside, but that makes sense, I mean, I guess. But, yeah, I'm looking for a position, and it's hard. I throw in, like, a ton of applications. I started talking to my career counselor at Georgia Southern, and I'm like, get that resume making, get it all looking nice, just apply, got it. This happens for like, I just focus hard on this for like maybe a semester or two, I would say. It's like a year at the most, and then I'm like, I'm not hitting anything. And so I go work at Kohl's. And then I work at Kohl's for a year just to like actually become stable, pay for the car, stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Make an account. And then I was like, I'm not satisfied with this. I have a master's degree. I'm working customer service at Kohl's. It was pleasant. Everyone there was pleasant. I really liked the job, but I wanted more. So I was like, what do I do to go back to the path I want to do?
Yeah.
Keep learning. That's always the first option, is just to go keep learning. I mean, this was still around peak COVID, right? I ended my master's right when it started. We were about 21, 22, I think it was, the year. Is when I decided about time to go back. So that's what I did. I used the money that I saved up, and I decided to apply here. So.
Interesting. And I thought you worked at a paper mill as well.
No, that was internship.
That's an internship.
That was the first internship.
Oh, okay. And
I did one semester here because they needed one semester first. I was going to work at paper mill just out the bat, but they were like, "You have one semester." I'm like, "Okay." I learned a little bit in the one semester. Did a lot of. I think I did like 2 of the undergraduate courses. And then one of the master's courses, like the advanced mathematics. And then I was like, I'm going to go work at the paper mill now for like a half a year. I paid so well.
Really?
Most of my degree is based on the money I made off that paper mill.
Interesting.
They pay well. They're in the middle of nowhere. I mean, they're in Valdosta. Middle of nowhere is subjective there. But in terms of like, Atlanta's up there, Jacksonville's over there, Orlando's down here. And Valdosta is bigger than Statesboro, but smaller than most other places, right? So
I see. So enough going on. So you've been at this a while then, huh? Because did you do that for like 2 semesters worth at the paper mill, or was that one?
Technically
semester?
2 because you count summer. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you got 6 credits for that?
No, I think I think I hit it for 3 or 4 because I didn't want to max out my credits, so I could go for the other credits at Universal, right?
Oh.
Yes. I just kind of was like, I'm just kind of doing something in the summer. I don't know what's supposed to be. They didn't care. At the paper mill, they're like, yeah, you're working. Just keep going. And
what was that like working at the paper mill?
Still, it was, if we're talking like going from not really working to working at Kohl's was different. Working at Kohl's to going to a paper mill, oh my goodness, man. I was like, that is hard work. You get the rubber boots on, you get the fire protection stuff on, like, and
Oh, you're all geared up then.
well, you got a hard hat, you got the earplugs, you got the safety glasses they use.
What's all the PPE for?
You're in a mill. So essentially what a mill is it's like a factory for paper. So if you imagine a factory, everything's moving around, everything's hot, everything is loud, things are above you, things to the side of you, things are, it is a mess. It is an absolute mess. This is made in the 50s, 50s, 60s. So it is old and it is a mess. So if you want to be safe, hard hat. If you want to not go deaf, earplugs. Because it is just chaotic.
And what's going on? What's a day in the life like?
I was working with utilities, so on site they had 3 boilers. No, they had more boilers. They had three what would they be called? Power generators, turbines. They had 3 of those. Old as dirt, 2 of them. One of them fairly new. But essentially they would burn off parts of the wood in different stages. Some of the excess, like bark, was one of the ones they used, and then some of the products of processing pulp they would use black liquor. Essentially, it's called burn off that in the big boiler. If you ever see a paper mill, the biggest part's always going to be the recovery boiler. This thing was like 14 stories.
Oh my god.
Big thing. Big thing. But and if that thing blew out, oh my god. Apparently, it used to be a thing. It's those things blowing out.
Oh man.
And so what you do, I mean, even nowadays, when you build a recovery boiler, you make the side that faces away from the mill, you make that the weak side. Blows out that way.
I see. Yeah, I gotta keep the eigenvalue negative on that.
It's like, you gotta, we gotta check the math on this one.
Yeah.
If I get this wrong, I think a lot of things are going wrong.
Yeah, for real. So
But that thing generates serious power. All those things, tons of power, excess power, actually. Like, overall. We were throwing power back to the grid. Technically, we ran lower for reasons of getting good rates on energy, I think it was. Like, you had to have certain deals with, like, GE at that point to be like, all right, Georgia Electric. Or General Electric. No, it would be Georgia, or GP, maybe GP, Georgia Pacific, if it was up there. Yeah, you had to do a certain deal with them for the power. So you have to, like, be like, I'll take a little bit. But, at the same time, I could just be running max and throwing a bunch of power at you, but there's some weird logistics with it.
I see.
But, like, yeah, megawatts of power just all spitting out, and that's on excess of all the power that the entire mill took. So.
I see. And that big boiler, so is that mixing up like the paper pulp mixture, or what is it? What's it making?
There's a lot of processes that go on the mill. There's like at least 3 or 4 different cycles that happen. There's the process of how you turn your wood into paper. There's a process of how you turn one of the excess products called black liquor, which is like so there's a step where you turn your wood chips into pulp. Off that comes black liquor. It's a byproduct that still has a lot of cellulose and lignin stuff that you can burn.
Yep.
You burn that in a recovery boiler.
I see.
You turn it back into the chemicals that you use to make it. You turn it back into green and then white liquor. And white liquor is what you use to dissolve the pulp, make pulp.
So from a byproduct of one process, you can make the reactant you need for another process.
Kind of. I mean, if you count oxidation as one, just start burning it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool. There's also like a whole thing for is it the calcium cycle? I forget. We also had a big it's called because I didn't really work in that area. But there's this giant roller that goes across the entire mill, and it's for one of the not calcium, I don't think, but it was one of those salts, right?
Magnesium.
It was something. It's like chalk. I don't know why, but I always forget what it is.
It's not carbon. Yeah, it's the same stuff in baby powder, right?
Maybe it
Like
may be
talcum or something like
no,
that.
not talcum. It was one of the base metals. Essentially, there's a cycle for that, and you have a big. Whenever I remember, I'll mention it. But essentially, it just constantly rolls slowly, and this thing is like it feels like it's half a mile long.
Oh my gosh.
Not actually. It's probably over like 3,000 feet.
Oh my goodness.
Big one.
It's just
Big boy.
massive. It's hard to like wrap your mind around the scale of it.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about it, but that was the pulp end. I did utilities. I know about my turbines. I don't know nothing about what they're doing over there.
So what were you doing? Just like troubleshooting and fixing stuff mostly?
Most of the time, we were shadowing the people who were doing that. We were just staring like, yes. This stuff is very detailed and in depth, and so trying to learn it even in just like a semester or two is really difficult. Like the fact that I even had like an overlying understanding of these cycles that happen is something because it's product of a lot of teaching and a lot of videos. Watching and watching and watching, just taking in information, trying to like see what sticks in terms of what's going on in that paper mill. Because this is knowledge that was built upon starting in the people in the 50s, upwards, at least for our mill, right? But then also this entire process, it's relatively new, I think. At least the modern paper process, I think it's relatively new.
I see.
I mean, it makes sense, right? I think it's really weird. I remember some of what I was doing was research end as well. Let's say I did utilities and research, but yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes in the paper. A lot of sciences that have been like etched in stone, kind of stuff. Makes sense. It's an old field. So.
Yeah, because we've been making paper for a pretty long time now.
Yeah, but how long have you been making paper that's like exactly the same as every other piece of paper? You know what I mean?
I mean, not.
This is cardboard more so. This plant more so made cardboard. But still, it's like if you wanted to do factory end, like I made a piece of cardboard that looks exactly like this other piece of cardboard, that's a more modern thing, right? Because of course, if you make papyrus, if you look at any piece of like old literature and you see how it's like etched in papyrus, that papyrus never looks the same as any other because it's mashing paper into like a sheet, right?
It's all handmade.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not machine automated.
Yeah, this stuff is heavy machine automated. So.
I see. So you got out of the paper mill that summer, and then you just jumped right into the rest of the classes here?
No, that's when I immediately moved into the next internship.
At Universal?
Yeah, Universal.
Oh, so you went from paper mill to Universal.
Correct. It was a whole year of internships.
Oh, I see.
I just got it once.
Man, that's gotta be helpful. That's a huge resume booster, huh?
I love mentioning, especially they've both been useful. People love process engineering because that's essentially what I was doing at paper mill. So as soon as you put process engineering in the resume, people are like, oh, he's done something.
Yeah.
And then for patents, literally working in the field it's fantastic. I mention it and be like, I actually talk to people and be like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, at least to a degree.
I see. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you sound convincing, so that's a good start.
I try to.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you just gotta sound like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's how it is most of the time, though.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. So at that point you had like a whole master's of chemistry and you had like a whole year of internship experience, which is it's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is like, at that point I was 26. Whatever that. So.
And then you came here and started doing classes after that?
Yeah, I kept doing classes. I'm trying to think.
Which ones?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about because I did the first semester, which was the 2 undergrads.
Yeah.
And then the math class. Then this is in spring. If it was spring, I did kinetics.
Kinetics.
Yep, it was kinetics, and then I did. Is that the semester I did logic? I think it's logic in the fall. But I did something else. I don't remember.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering when you did that. I'm like, how do you have that done already?
Yeah, kinetics, I didn't really need much in the background because it's very chemistry based.
Yep.
I've taken a lot of I've done thermodynamics on the chemistry end. I've done thermodynamics on the chemical engineering end. Kinetics is half of that, essentially, because usually it's kinetics and thermodynamics together.
Yep.
So just running that again, I was just like, yeah, let's do it. And it helped me wave out the third class. If I didn't, if I wanted to be slower about it, I could have taken what's the course that y'all have undergrad for that? Before kinetics.
Diffie key? No.
No, I think it's like the it's the one with reactors.
Reactor design?
Yeah, it's like reactor design and kinetics.
That's a tough one.
Yep, I waved out of that because I was just like, you didn't do any reactor design and kinetics. Kind of, you mentioned it a little bit, but it was all mostly about the actual processes, right? Like the reactions and stuff, and that's the stuff I knew. So yeah. I was able to do the overgraduate one, and then Samant was like, "You don't gotta do it. You don't gotta do undergraduate anymore." I'm like, "Perfect." I didn't want to.
Oh man, you really dodged a bullet.
Yeah. I wish I dodged the what is it? Transport.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm so glad I did that. Florida Tech.
Yeah, you were lucky, man. It's tough.
Bro, by the skin of my teeth too. And speaking of kinetics, exam 2 is on Monday.
Exam 2. Ooh, that's a fun one. I think the only exam I have coming up is patent law. I have that one coming up on Wednesday.
Oh.
Monday or Wednesday. Yeah.
Good luck.
I mean, the first exam of 2.
Oh, really?
Man. Yeah. I think I get a little more lenience because I'm out of department. I'm the only one out of department in the class. Every so often people do, but
everyone else is law?
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I get it. This is one of the probably a few classes where people come from out of the department, but only every so often. Right.
I see. You're kind of the outlier in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, kinetics is pretty cool. I think he changed the course structure since the last time since you took it.
Sounds like it. I remember talking with Ed. It seems like he's done something.
Yeah, I think he front loaded the first exam, and so the second and third are going to be easier.
That's good.
Yeah, so it really seems reasonable. It's a lot of just like applied calculus.
It's a very reasonable course. And the calculus isn't that bad. You're not diving too deep into like eigenvalues or anything. It's like applied DPQ, and it's like that's not too bad. As soon as you go into eigenvalues and the really complicated stuff, where you start going into the weeds and not talking about real chemistry, it's lost on me.
Yeah, the proofs. That's when I get a little bit lost. I really like how like everything is like associated with something, and you just follow the steps of like DiffyQ and calculus that you learned in your undergraduate degree, and as long as you know the associations and you know the math, then you're pretty much good.
It's so funny doing doing calculus here because of the fact that we barely used it in all my chemistry degrees. So essentially, I learned it. Let's say first year of my undergraduate.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned Calc 3 DiffyQ linear. I didn't use it up until my like 10th year. And I had to remember like, oh yeah, this is what DiffyQ is. Of course, I've seen it before. I took like all the accelerated courses in high school too, so I was like rushing through all the math, and then I just stopped doing math. And now I've had to relearn math like every semester, but like, oh yeah, DiffyQ exists, so I have to do this, you know?
Oh yeah, it's a big deal in chemie. Yeah, we use it quite a lot. So
makes more sense to learn it and use it than learn it and not use it.
This is true. So, what'd you like about the chemistry program? Like, what did you enjoy about it?
At Southern?
Yeah,
it was really nice. I'd say I like the fact it was more theory based than math based.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very theory based person, and what I want to do is theory based. It's our theories; they're not math. There is a little bit of math, but most of it is theory. I mean, you're literally making theory in a way, especially in like pharmaceuticals. You're making theory.
Yeah, it's like you're representing an idea.
Yeah, you're making the new stuff. Well, at least you're trying to productize, capitalize on theory. How that?
I see.
So,
and there's a lot of money to be made if you can really patent an item and have it be your IP or your device, and
especially in pharma.
Oh yeah.
The whole all this stuff about pharma patents and stuff. I don't know. In terms of the ethics of it, but in terms of money.
Oh, isn't that typically the case?
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those lines where I'm happy to change when the policy changes, but until it does, I mean, I'll just have to live with the fact that I'm making money off of it.
I see. Yeah, it reminds me of when I began the investment club. At the last meeting we had of my first semester as the founder and the president.
Sure.
I had everybody I had 4 different presentations, right? And my vice president, Joseph Barlow, at the time, he actually gave a presentation on patents, and actually at the time he was working on one. I think it was for like a medical device.
Sure.
And he was saying that if you really have an idea and it's really novel and it's really useful, especially to a very big company, and then you go through the proper legal actions to get it patented and get it in your name, and then you go to that company with this device or this product, you can make like ridiculous money. I mean, you could be like set.
Pharma is very loaded with money right now. That's one of the big problems with the whole industry is the amount of money that they have just to kind of throw. It's like military in the same way. I get the same vibe off of military spending as I do pharma spending.
It's like just throw money at it.
Just throw money at the problem. Eventually, you'll make more money. It's like people will pay it. I mean, you gotta buy. When it comes to pharma and medicine, you have to buy drugs to live. So people will pay money to buy those drugs. And if you don't do anything about actually helping that price not remain super high, then that's when you start bleeding people dry. So
then it just stays super high. I think from what I've heard online, there's like a very public realization that these things are grossly overpriced and that
insulin's the bad one. Insulin's so bad.
Because that's one that people need. Like,
Because
especially if you
people
have diabetes.
need it.
Yeah.
And you have to pay like hundreds of dollars when you can go to the EU and pay like $10 for tens and 20s.
For real.
Something like that. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I was talking to Shaq about it. That like even for the medical services. I mean, sometimes it's cheaper to go fly to like another country on the other side of the world to get a procedure done than it
Hair
is.
transplants are cheaper in Turkey. Just saying. I had a friend that was thinking about getting they had a what's it called when you have a skew in your nose? You know what I'm talking about?
Like the tube that like.
Yeah, so when you have like I have a minor one here, but my mother had it like pretty bad. But essentially, if you need to get that straightened,
Oh, it's like a little bend in the nose.
yeah, it sometimes makes it hard to breathe. They had to get that fixed, and they went to Turkey to do it. It was cheaper. It's just how it is. Things are so expensive with how medical practice is around here.
For real.
I think literally everyone talks about that. I'll be honest. It's not like new. We're not breaking new ground with this one.
Yeah, it's the breaking news. Like we all
know. Everyone knows it. Everyone deals with it, and you just kind of have to cope with the moment. And all you can do as a consumer is speak the fact you don't like it.
Yeah.
It feels like, and vote the way that you want to change. So,
well,
all you got.
You know what? We can talk about it.
We can talk about we are changing. We're making good change here on the podcast.
We are the voice.
We are the voice of the people.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, some people of the students.
It's paying exorbitant prices for insulin. It's bad.
Yeah, we should get it cheaper. We should have more reasonable prices for medicines. We should have more reasonable prices for medical procedures. And I think that it's a service that people deserve to have high quality at a low price, especially in the richest country that has ever existed in humanity. And I think that's a fight worth fighting for, and I respect the people who fight for it.
Right. Boom.
Let's go.
Let's go. Really,
we can do that better.
Speaking on, we're making change in the world right now.
Right, hold on, we can do that better.
Oh, come on, we got it. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. That was a good one.
All right, we're making it happen.
All right.
Sweet. All right, where do we
One
start?
step at a time. All right.
Yeah. Where do we go?
Where do we go from here? How do we got to make our own insulin now. It's the only way.
We got to make our own insulin?
We got to make our own insulin, throw it at people, you know?
I mean, I guess we do already.
True. I mean, actually, we're some of the people who make it well, because if we weren't, then we'd be getting insulin from the same people we're talking about right now.
Paying too much money.
And paying too much money.
Exactly. This is a problem.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And it reminds me of my uncle. He's a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like undefeated in court. He's like very good. He's gotten all the way up to like the Supreme Court and like gotten laws changed.
Civil criminal? Criminal then, right? If it's Supreme Court?
I don't.
I mean, it could be civil.
I'm not sure what the definition is. I just know that he goes up against these big pharma companies who are, and he basically exposes them for committing fraud and like overcharging people, and like he gets like laws changed to make sure that doesn't happen again, and he's like super successful at it, and so it's people like that. I'm like, yeah, that's
That's what you need.
fighting the
I
good
mean, at our level, it's really hard to. We can always speak about how bad things are, but sometimes if you can make money off of it, just gotta do it. It's as sad as it is. It's like that's why I don't mind the idea of patenting for pharma, because I'm just like, I want things to change, and I will accept it when it does. But things are tough right now in terms of just trying to work and make money. And if I can make money doing this, I will do it just because I have to.
I see.
If I gotta put bread on the table, I'll make it happen. I'm not gonna try to like start printing the money off of it. You know, I'm not gonna start like just raking it in. But if I can just at least live, I'll live with it. You know?
Yeah, I think it's important to be the change where you can be, though.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I would say if I try to offset it by speaking about it. Where it's actions, of course, speak louder than words, but at the same time, you gotta kind of have the utilitarian response where it's just like my own happiness is also part of the equation.
Oh yeah.
If I can live, that helps me make change in other places, maybe that I can do action in. You know, it's a whole thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to prioritize your mental health too.
Yeah, and it's like I can I can take a stand on everything, and then I can start being a what's it called, conscientious consumer about everything I do, and start not buying products that aren't ethical, and start doing all this stuff. But as soon as it's like there's nothing left to do because everyone's doing things wrong,
Mm-hmm.
then what am I doing? How am I supposed to live, So at some point you have to pick and choose your battles. That's how I see it.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, at the end of the day, you gotta eat.
You gotta eat, and I think the best way, if you have to take these kind of like weird gray areas, the best way is to be accepting when these gray areas go away. That's how I see a lot of like loophole law and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like how, I mean, not as much for things like wealth taxes and stuff, but more so like if there is law that is gray and people are able to do things within the law that seem a bit weird but are still legal, and it doesn't necessarily like hurt people to like it, like of course everything will have an effect on somebody down the chain, right? But if you're able to weigh that against as long as you're not like literally doing something like heinous, right? Then I am okay with treading that line to up to a point. And then as soon as it gets fixed, I'm not going to play. I wanted it changed, in the first place. But it's just like I cannot be the golden boy all the time and say that I have to do things exactly ethically right, because you don't do anything if you always do that. And that's the struggle with especially life nowadays. It's like when you know of all the problems in the world because it's all being thrown at you at once, what do I do as one guy to like act upon it? And all you can do is your best.
Well, picking one is a good start.
A lot of times that's a good one too. I try to be at least conscientious about it, especially in voting and stuff. Especially like recently, past a year or two, I've been intaking the news at least to a healthy degree, not the degree where I'm like, but like I have my own podcasts and stuff that I listen to. I intake media that like talks about it and tries to talk about it from multiple point of views, because I feel like if I take in just one side or the other side, then I'm going to be pigeonholed into a viewpoint and not be able to change. Being able to alter your viewpoint is important. Being steadfast on things that you think is important is good, but also being able to alter it when you receive new information is really good.
Yeah, and critically think about it and figure out exactly why you agree or disagree.
Exactly, having the actual reason behind it. That's how I'm able to have discourse with someone like my dad. Me and my dad see very differently in terms of certain things, but the fact I am able to actually talk to him and explain how I think nowadays is why we're able to have actual good discussion, and we're able to agree to disagree. I think he would hate it if I thought the opposite and I just said just goods, right? But because I think different, but actually have reason behind it and logic and like a flow for it, and he's like, yeah, go for it,
Yeah, it's a very important aspect of like discussion. I think that's one that is kind of neglected these days a lot of time. It's like we can agree to disagree, like it reminds me of when I used to talk to my good friend a lot, and there's a lot of things we disagreed on.
Sure.
But it's okay, we just agreed to disagree and we moved on. It's like
polarization is a bad one right now. Essentially is you get on one or the other side and then you just refuse to think anymore. You just take in what's on that side.
Dude, it gets so tribal.
It's so tribal now, and that's why I've just tried to like just take in viewpoints. I was like, I won't. And if something is egregiously wrong, and I have information, real information, and not just what I feel, then I'll try to put it out. But like, I will just take in stuff, even if it's like I disagree with it. I'm just like, okay, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hurting anybody with said viewpoint, then it's fine. We can think different.
Yeah, it seems like our generation is a little more open-minded about it than our predecessors, which
I
is
feel like to a degree. I also know that some of our generation is not. I know that it's in waves. I definitely would say the older generation is harder to sway, but also they're older. They have had the time to think about this, and they have set themselves in stone.
Yeah,
it's a bad one.
Yeah,
as soon as you set yourself in stone and stop being fluid, then it's really hard to do anything in terms of discussion, I guess.
Yeah, making progress. It's kind of like talking to a brick wall.
Yeah, exactly. It's a brick wall. It's like if you're trying to brick wall, what do you expect to happen?
Yeah. I hope by maintaining my curiosity and by talking to like very diverse people, I never get ossified.
It helps. I think taking in multiple viewpoints helps, and that's why I really enjoy the fact that I've done like many different internships and stuff like that, and done different things, working at Kohl's, working at paper mill, working at Universal. These were all different corporate cultures, different people.
Mm-hmm.
I went to study abroad in Brazil. I went to study abroad in Italy.
What?
Yeah, and these were different people too. I mean, the fact I've seen, I think the more things I see, the more I feel I can empathize, right? Empathy comes from being able to see people in different points of view, right? And as soon as you realize it's not just pictures on a screen, they exist, and their real impact with macro scale stuff in one place that goes to other places, then you're able to be like, if my viewpoint on this makes this guy I met like over in Brazil like worse off, then I should really think about the fact that this is a real person who also has been impacted by my decisions. You know?
Yeah, yeah. It's important to think of them as individuals, and people can be so quick to generalize and to put people in a box, and it's like, no, this is an individual person who grew up with certain conditions and certain experiences that shape the way that they see the world, just like you. And I think it's important to bear that in mind, especially when you're talking to people who have very different views than you.
Yeah, nowadays a lot of people will dehumanize, essentially. They will just put people into a pigeonhole and just say that, you're a part of this, this group. Invalid. You know what I mean? But it's always important, I think it's always important to rehumanize people. It's like to make sure that you know that they're an individual, they have their own viewpoint, and even if you are not able to understand how they got to their point, you also understand that they have a background, they have they have environments, they have a whole skew of variables that has set them into this path of thinking.
Exactly.
And so the more you understand about that, the more you might understand about them, and sometimes that's useful. I think it's been really useful in terms of talking to people like my dad. I mean, the more I understand about him, the more I'm like, oh, this is why you think this way, and I'm able to understand that, and this is if it logically flows, then I think it's valid, you know? I think it's also important, though, to remember that it's not all logic. It's also emotion. You know? I'm a very logic-based person, so sometimes emotion is one of those things that I can kind of throw to the side and forget sometimes, but as soon as you forget about that, then you're not getting the whole human, you know? The human experience is both what makes sense and then also how that makes you feel.
Yeah, and what's right. Yeah, which might not always be the same thing.
They're not congruent always.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so you just gotta take it in. It's just like a whole hodgepodge of variables that come together to make a person. And so the more you understand about what that could entail and how you could get to certain ways of thinking, the more you can understand just
the person,
the people in general, not even just one person, but everybody, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there is the whole nature nurture argument. So if you can come at it, try to understand it from both sides, I think that's really useful. Learning what people's predispositions are, and learning what their cultures are like, and what maybe they might be prone to something because of their genetics or whatever. It's like, I think that will give you a more broad understanding of who a person is, and then by consequence how people are shaped.
It's really important.
Yeah. So what was it like studying abroad?
Yeah, okay, so I did this twice. First one was in Italy, and this was right when I came back from Georgia Tech. So back at Georgia Southern. I went to Italy for about a month. I went to Rome.
Nice.
Visited Naples as well. Naples, Florence, those areas. I wish I was able to visit Venice and Milan, but I was not. I just didn't have the means to do it. But it's really cool. It was so nice. I don't know. Italy was always one of my bucket list places, and I was able to do it when I was still like 18. And I was like, oh, this is the shit, you know? This is great, you know? I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, a lot of it feels very weird. Like it feels like you're in the middle of like somewhere between a first and third world country. It is very strange. I don't know if you've ever been to like a foreign country, at least as foreign as that.
Colombia.
Yeah, then you can kind of feel what I mean. Colombia, a lot of Hispanic places feel very similar to Italy, I'd say, in terms of especially the architecture, and kind of kind of the vibe. I don't know why. It felt very like, and so when I went to Brazil, I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of get it. Especially after going out of the town,
Hmm.
into the more smaller like regional places, like
Hmm.
even right outside of Rome. Like we were based in like a little small town, and it had a little fountain in the center, and there was a little store over here, and everything was like two-story stucco. And people were drying their clothes outside, you know. It's like, and running, all this was cobblestone road, going around, you know. Everyone's going around in the what are they called? The ones we have around town, the scooters, right?
Oh, really?
Not the electric scooters, but the big boys.
Big boy? Oh, like the motor.
Mopeds.
The mopeds, yeah.
Yeah, the mopeds, there's no joke. Italy definitely has the mopeds. I mean, you always hear about it, but they're everywhere, man. It works really well on those roads that twist and turn and go and are thin. So, but yeah, it was really nice, really pleasant.
Is there one particular thing you really enjoyed about Italy?
My favorite place is Sorrento. Sorrento in Naples. It's like the end of the train line. Well, it's picturesque. It is exactly what you think when you think of Italy. Everywhere else, I was like, I'm getting the vibe. But then I went to Sorrento, I was like, and then that's where the limoncello comes from. You want the limoncello, that's where it was made.
Wow.
It's so good, the limoncello. Limoncello is an acquired taste, for sure. I love it. It tastes so good.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah.
Not a white wine that I drank on that trip, too, by the way. It's something.
Oh, I bet it's nice over there.
Oh my gosh, I drank house wine, and that stuff, it tasted so good, I've never been able to taste anything like it.
Man, that's as real as it gets.
Yeah. House white wine. Good shit.
Yeah, Rome has always just absolutely fascinated me. Just all the way from ancient Rome to like the fall of Rome, how all roads lead to Rome. Like
It's all like if you actually go to Rome, it's all intertwined. You will see ruins in the middle of like the normal like your normal like city. Well, of course, city, right? I mean, I'm sure there is a down. Mayhaps I'm not sure if there even is, but when you actually are going towards Terminus, or which is like the train station, let's say the main train station around Rome, and you walk around that. I mean, you have your like 6-story, like nice, maybe 60s, 50s architecture, right? And then you just start walking, and then you just see this ancient ruin that's like quartered off. That's like I'm not sure about square feet, but it's like 1,000 feet by like 2,000 feet, and it's just kind of carved out right here, and there's a path around it. And it's it's roped off, and you can look in and be like, oh yeah, this was ancient Rome right here, and there's a bunch of cats in it because that's where they put the cats nowadays. It's really nice, actually. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but that's to help with the cat problem of like wild cats, is the sanctuaries, or a lot of the ruins are sanctuaries for cats.
they turn the ancient Rome ruins into cat sanctuaries.
Why not? It's like it's a bunch of space, no one's going to be in it, and the cats aren't going to mess with it. They're just going to live in it.
Yeah, they're pretty peaceful.
Yeah, they'll just exist. It's really pleasant just to look in and just see the cats living. It's like, oh,
Wow, they're vibing.
they're vibing. I mean, if you go to I forget where it is, but there's one of the big ruin sites in it's like I think the Senate building, like the ancient Senate, right? You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. Like there's a big ruin site there, and it's like a bunch of things like that. The Senate building, there's like an old arch and stuff like that. I always forget the name of it, but I mean that's not a cat sanctuary, but it's really nice to walk around.
Gotcha. Yeah, it reminds me of a conversation I had with Dr. ND one time. Or maybe he said it in class. He was like, yeah, when I was living in Greece, I was just shocked by how integrated like the new culture is, like,
Yeah.
because they can't like rip anything down really. So you'll go into like these like this ancient like archway or whatever, and then it's just like a Starbucks in there.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like,
The McDonald's is just built into the side of like this 60s architecture, and then right next to it is this like BC era ruins like right in front of me. You're like, huh, ain't that strange,
it's like, wow, it's really a clash of cultures there.
I definitely recommend
Or integration, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely recommend the Pantheon as well. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, that's gotta be cool, huh?
The Pantheon is huge, and it's a dome on top, and it's got this big circle. Like opening in the center for like we see where it rains, like the little water drips down into the center, and it creates a really nice natural light. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Most of what we were looking at was churches. There's a lot of good ancient and even medieval Renaissance churches as well. Mostly Renaissance, of course.
Yeah, it's a very religious place.
Yeah, it's very, very Catholic, very religious, and because it's Catholic as well, it's very ordained as well. Very, really nice. Like in terms of like, it's beautiful stuff. I mean, of course, you got the Sistine Chapel, right? That's the classic.
Oh, with the Michelangelo?
The Michelangelo, the top. But you also see like these all small churches just randomly dotted around the countryside, and you're just like, yeah, someone came in here, some architect, that like did this beautiful stuff, and no one really talks about it because it's like everyone talks about the Sistine Chapel, but if you're actually going and looking at this architecture, you're like, somebody poured their heart and soul into this thing, and it shows. It is, it's unmatched how nice that stuff looks.
Yeah, it's incredible, the detail and the scale and the grandeur that they like have like just manifested. It's incredible, especially with the like all the concrete technology that they developed during Rome. Like they really flex that.
Oh yeah, that on the Pantheon, it is all over the Pantheon. How the concrete tech, it's pretty crazy. They built this huge thing in that era. I don't even know. And the Colosseum itself, like that's even though it's falling apart, but that's just because people be looting it, right? I mean, you know about this, right? How the Colosseum actually like why it looks like it as it is now.
I thought it was an earthquake.
It's been looted. It's that marble. That marble is worth a fair amount, and I think during either quote unquote Dark Ages, right, or like sometime in between
The
here,
fall of Rome.
sometime past the fall of Rome, between Dark Ages and like post Renaissance.
So like, I could probably take that marble. There's somebody
You would just carve out chunks of that and go sell it. During times of poverty, it was really like it was the thing to do. There's this big marble structure. I'm just gonna go sell some of this marble, And so that's one of the big reasons why it's like carved out like that is because eventually people don't keep taking parts and parts and parts,
Yeah, it's like, well, there's no police. It's like, well,
Nowadays there is, but not back then. The people were like,
it's like nobody's stopping me, I guess.
Exactly.
It reminds me of how at the base of the pyramids, like there's all those little rocks that are taken out of it. It's because like over the years people just like
Snatch.
yoink.
Snatch. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Wow, that's cool. So how about Brazil? What was that like?
So Brazil, I went to Brasilia, which is the capital. And if you know anything about Brasilia, it is smack dab in the middle of Brazil. This is a designated, what's it called? Design capital? What do they call it? It's artificial. They, in the 60s, they decided it's time to put the capital in the middle of the country. Yeah. I forget, in terms of politics and history of Brazil, I that's all I remember specifics. I know marginal because I was only there for like 2 weeks as well. But yeah, they just smacked it in the middle, right? Well, but like tropical area.
Yeah.
Rainforest is up.
Yeah.
This is still rainforest-esque, but not like
full blown.
Yeah, it's more of like it's just tropical forest, I'd say more so.
See, so what was that like? What was Brazil like?
It was interesting. Brasilia, you definitely saw the poverty a lot more because you would see the nice, pristine 60s architecture of where they put the Capitol buildings and stuff, and then you would see the modern malls, mega malls, some of them huge, bigger than things you would see here sometimes for the rich people. And then you would see just a bunch of tents and stuff by the side of the road for people who couldn't afford anything. Because the poverty disparity in Brasilia is insane.
Really?
Yeah. You'd see these like really well-to-do, like well-off rich people just walking through the malls, and then you would just walk outside and you'd see these people who just can't afford anything because the disparity is just insane over there. It feels closer to third world. Of course, it's not anymore. I think it's closer to the first world nowadays in terms of the economy, but you can definitely feel at least the disparity, and the poverty hits lower for sure. Like you can have lower lows. I feel like you can have higher highs than Italy in some places. I mean, other than like if we talk like Milan or like Monaco. Well, Monaco's in France, but you know what I mean. Like these little micro niches of wealth in Italy, right? But Brazil, especially like Brasilia, you can tell the wealth is there. Like, these are where the people are, and it's insane. I mean, even like the University of Brasilia, like it's was made in the 60s. It looks nice enough, but like it's old, and there's definitely certain things where you're just like certain comforts that aren't there, you know, because the wealth isn't all really going to the university as much as it really should be.
I see. Yeah, that's something that really has stood out to me in my time is just the difference in wealth of people that are so close to each other. Like, especially around universities, like around Florida Tech, it's like if you go down West University, like at the end of the road, it's like the ghetto, right? That's where the boxing gym was that I trained at. And
Sure, but even the ghetto. I mean, the ghetto. Even there, like people will have houses, people are living lives, and people will exist. I mean, here we have a bit of a homeless spara. I mean, you'll notice by the side of the roads. I mean, this is a thing, and we have the homeless shelter over. I think it's called Hope. We have that over by the airport. I mean, even them, they most people have somewhere to be, right?
yeah,
Which
they
is
have a
nice.
roof.
Yeah, but like even the shelters, it works. Like I've driven for Uber around here and talking to them. I mean, it's like they're down on their luck sometimes, but a lot of times it's like they're still okay. You know, I mean, I wish better for them, but it's like it's not the worst. But when you go to somewhere like Brazil or something like that, it's like they're intense right there, and this is how they live. They're just making do with what they can do. It feels so insane, like they're having that level of extreme poverty, and then right next to it is a super mall. And like, I don't know what's going on here, man.
Yeah, it's like where's the love, you know?
Where's the love? Mm.
Yeah, it's yeah, a lot of great fighters came out of Brazil, like you know, and that's typically the case in places that are very harsh or very poverty stricken. Is like they tend to create very durable fighters.
Sure.
Yeah, like Charles Oliveira, he's out of there, Du Bronx, and yeah, there's something to be said for Latin culture too. They really take care of their family. Like I find that they're very welcoming.
Yeah, I mean Italian culture is similar. I think it's let's say Catholic culture. I'd say it has that similar feel as well, and just in general has a very good family dynamic for sure.
Yeah, they're very inviting.
It's very inviting. I don't know. I mean, you also think about even for on that fighter end, you find the fighters that actually make it their way out. What about the fighters that never were able to because they were in that level of poverty? They're lost.
Yeah, they stay.
But what about these great minds that were probably like they were ready to be nurtured and like made into something, but just because they were born into a situation of extreme poverty, they can't do anything about it.
And not just in Brazil, but I mean in like Africa or like the Middle East or
Even here, you know what I mean?
Even
Like
here.
there are really smart people like that. Again, I've driven around for Uber that like that are in the homeless shelter because they are down on their luck. I mean, literally, I mean, sometimes it's self-inflicted, but a lot of times it's just they were born into a cycle of it, and they can't make their way out. You know, and I sympathize for that because at the same time we have people who are or like multi-billion trillionaires that are able to spend money like no one's business on things that don't matter. You know what I mean? It's like, can we not move a little? You know what I mean? I think it would help. It's just, it'd be for the betterment of society, you know? It's like, I always think about that one. Or just things that I don't need, luxury items, right? It's like, I don't need this. And sometimes I just wish that that wealth went somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I can just donate to charity, but I'd rather it be maybe this is a personal mindset, but I'd rather it be a government institution that's kind of built to do this. If I could trust it and know that it worked, if I could, I would feel better about paying a little bit more money in taxes if I knew this money was going directly to somebody in need, right?
yeah, it's
And
really
that's always been, I'd say, in terms of a political and governmental thing, that's always been like the sway in terms of U.S. politics. Is this money? Some people are like, it's my money, I keep it, right? But some people are like, I don't trust that the institutions that take this money actually will put it into a place that actually will be effective, right?
that's fair.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, it depends on the mindset. Maybe I'm a little more trusting on it, I guess. But I like to believe that there is a way to make it work.
Yeah.
But it would be more efficient if instead of me saying I'm going to donate $1 million to charity and let's see where it goes, because even charities, you know, they're regulated to a degree, but it's like they still get to choose where the money goes, right?
Yeah, and a lot of them are very effective, and I think that they kind of like gaslight people.
I mean, case in point, PETA, right? Oh my God.
Yeah,
PETA.
and You reminded me of something I thought of one time. It's like, what if there was like a Robin Hood clause where it was specifically meant to take money from like the top 1%? It was giving it to like the bottom like 10%.
Yeah, I mean that's the idea behind wealth taxes in general, though. You know what I mean? Like, is of this money from the top. Have you heard of the recent California wealth tax that they've tried to do?
No, I have not.
Mixed feelings about that one. It's a good idea of using your net value, 5%, taking 5% of that one time, and then taxing that off. Problem with that comes from some minutia that come from. Okay, so this starts usually when you hit like above. Let's say, I think threshold was the idea behind it was like $100 million, right? Let's say you have a startup, and then it just hit valuation of $100 million. You get hit with this tax, 5%. Your startup dies. You're on the hook for like $5 million that you don't have because it was all loose capital, right?
Yeah, or it's in assets.
It's in assets, and sometimes you can recover that out. But also, when people know that you have to sell off these assets to get this money, they will charge you to shit.
Oh yeah,
Especially in like stocks and stuff, they will play that. And this is one of the things that I don't agree on specifically. I agree that something needs to be done. I don't agree that it's that specifically, but that's the idea behind it: is taking this top 1% or top 0.1% and trying to shift some of it out.
yeah.
Right. But it's tough. I think it starts with changing tax code we have because of there's the very like well documented way of getting around taxes, right, for wealthy people.
The tax aversion method.
The tax aversion method that comes from
Isn't that like buying a bunch of real estate and like having it be a tax
buy
write-off?
assets, buy stocks, buy assets, take loans, infinite loan chain, die, repeat.
Infinite loan chain.
You can take loans based on your valuation and then use more loans to pay off those loans and just keep chaining them off because people know that in the end you're good for paying it off eventually. But like they don't care. Like as long as one loan pays the other loan, I don't care. You know, it's eventually they'll get paid off from this other guy, and this other guy will pay off this other guy, and just chain out.
Well, how does that avoid taxes?
Because they're not actually making money. I have zero money in actual wealth because they are just using loan money, right?
Oh, it's not their money. It's
not their money. They didn't make this money. They have not made an income. This income is all still like stuck in stocks. If they get stock options instead.
Oh,
right?
It's not income until they cash out.
Yeah, they have exactly. They have valuation. Like they have assets that are worth that much. Same with real estate, right? I mean, they can do real estate as well with that. That's its own problem, is having real estate as a savings option, because that's what makes it so that real estate is so expensive. But yeah,
That seems kind of unfair.
oh yeah, I mean, that's the core behind the issue, right? I mean, it's that you avoid taxes by technically being the lowest tax bracket when being the richest people, because you don't make money technically, even though you're spending money like no business. Isn't that weird?
And the only reason you could do that is because you have so much money.
Exactly.
It's like
It's a hard nut to crack, I'd say, because it is soon again the solutions to that can end up weird, like the wealth tax idea.
then you get really complex.
Yeah, because that 5% would hit that money, but again, there's minutia and specifics that would catch people that aren't doing this per se, and then they get screwed over for trying to make it big for themselves, right? Rewarding that is important, but also not rewarding people for dodging taxes is also important, you know. So
Yeah. It just seems like, when we're this far along, we would have found a solution to kind of balance the inequality of power. And I get that there's always going to be an inequality, especially in a capitalistic country. It just like, I just don't think the top 1% of people should have more than like the bottom like 60%. Like I feel like that's kind of
way worse than that.
I think it's kind of ridiculous.
If you see that every time I see ththose graphs, they work worse and worse than they ever have. You know, it's the top 0.1% having more than like 60, 50%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not the 1% anymore. It's the 0.1% or the 0.01% having more than everyone else at the bottom. It's like, what? You know what I mean? It's like, what happened?
Yeah, like how'd they get all that?
How do they get all that money? You know, it's just
Like why is it all flowing uphill?
yeah, it's like a That's I don't know how that even.
Yeah, it's like a super exponential. It's like,
I mean,
it's like, do you really need that much money? It's like, what is this?
yeah. And then the problem with changing tax law as well is that everyone loves when someone says lower taxes. No one likes when people say raise taxes.
Mm.
Of course, raising taxes on the working class and the lower class, that makes no sense, right? But right now, we're still lowering taxes for the upper class and the super upper class. Even in things like the big, beautiful bill, right? We are working on doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is follow-up of Reaganomics. This started around Reaganomics, yeah. As we had pretty decent income tax for the super wealthy.
You see,
It kept going down and down and down.
yeah, I think this is something that should be like limited to some degree. Like, it reminds me of this video I watched. You know that one senator who just like absolutely grills people who are like, like, you know what I'm talking about? He was talking to some guy who was like the owner of some defense company, and he was just like, dude, you earned like a 35% increase in your salary, like millions and millions of dollars in this last year, and like the hardworking people who you're capitalizing off of earned a increase of like 1% in like 8 years. It's like, how is that just?
I mean, what? Elon's getting a $1 trillion bonus based on how well the company does by him like trying to take the wing of it, and how he's trying to get it is by looping his other companies together. To if he loops in Twitter, or X, and the AI company into SpaceX.
He already did.
Yeah, which he did.
Yeah.
Then since SpaceX actually makes money, he's able to use that growth as, oh look, the company grew. Like there's a whole like specific minutia in terms of why, but that is an idea behind it. It's like, if I just weasel around this, then I get my $1 trillion. You know what I mean? And then that $1 trillion is going in his pocket, and it's not getting taxed. Well, at least not officially.
Well, there's an interesting point on that I just completely forgot. But it's okay.
If you come up with it again somehow.
Yeah, he's kind of an interesting example.
I used to think of him as like the superhero,
yeah. So yeah, I like to think of him like that too. But
I used to, and then he started going wild, and then I thought thinking, I'm like,
well, he kind of got to be wild to achieve what he's achieved. So he apparently they're talking about having SpaceX have an initial public offering and have it be valuated of like well over a $1 trillion company, which is like that's pretty cool. I don't know. Imagine like being able to invest in a company that is going to go to Mars.
I feel like is there not already other public offerings for other ones like Blue Ocean, or I thought Blue Ocean's AI.
Blue Origin.
Blue Origin, thank you. I think there is some other ones that have public offerings.
Did you see them land one of the boosters?
Oh, it's always so cool. Yeah.
Did you see that? But it was Blue Origin.
Oh, Blue Origin did too.
Yeah, Blue Origin did. I think it was Blue Origin. Yeah, they actually like landed the booster. Like that was. Yeah, you should have heard the staff. They were going wild, but they actually did it. I was like, oh man.
Oh, I don't personally like Elon, but I do. I love like SpaceX and stuff. I can't, because the people there, they're doing their hardest. They're working and they're making stuff happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got a whole town. They got a whole city.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see what that's all about.
Yeah, I'd say if I was aerospace, I'd be over there. I wouldn't hesitate.
Oh yeah.
But even now, I'm over there, I guess.
Yeah, that was one thing that was cool about living at Florida Tech. It's called the Space Coast, like the area.
Oh, you're right by the Space Coast.
Yeah, the area code is 321 because like liftoff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so we got to see the rocket launches go off all the time.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't realize that Florida Tech was over there.
Yeah, we're like right next to Cape Canaveral. Yeah, it was pretty cool. You drive down the road, you're like, oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, I remember driving to Miami through the coast and seeing like the setup and going.
It's
in the middle of all the swamp. swamp.
Yeah, NASA. It's like
NASA. Yeah.
What?
Oh my gosh, have you driven? Oh, is it 95? That's on the coast there. Have you driven down 95 going to Miami from Cape Canaveral?
Actually, I have.
It's
yeah.
so miserable. Yeah, there's nothing going. Especially at night, there's nothing.
There's nothing happening.
It's just swamp. I was like, oh, I tried to stay away. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I did it one time to do diving over the Keys.
You dived over the Keys?
Yeah, I've been what's the one? The second key. I forget. I think it's the second key. I forget what that one's called. But I dove over there for one of my certifications.
So, what was that like?
It's beautiful. Over there, I think that day, at least one of the wrecks had a lot of turbulence, so we didn't really get too deep on that one. But a lot of the coral like reefs that we saw, only small patches of coral reefs that are over there, beautiful, man.
God, the fish there are amazing. I remember going snorkeling down in Key West one time, and we actually got to go.
Largo, Key Largo. That's what I was talking
Key
about.
Largo,
Yep.
yeah. And it was actually around one of those shipwrecks.
Mhm.
So it was just amazing to see how all the life came in and everything started growing around it, and all the
Is it
fish
scuba?
swimming around. No, it was just snorkeling.
Snorkel. Okay.
Yeah, I was just snorkeling, looking out. I was like, oh wow.
Imagine going down in there though. It's so nice.
Oh man, I bet. Yeah, that's
Scary stuff, but like, man, it's worth it to see some of that stuff that you could see.
yeah, because it's a whole other world down there. It's alien. It's crazy.
Yeah. I would say it's anxiety inducing though, being in a whole dive kit, man. Like the amount of stuff that can go wrong if you're not careful.
Imagine being on a 32-foot boat out in the Pacific Ocean for 3 months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was a deckhand over the summer.
Oh, okay.
So,
I guess that's that.
Yeah, I ripped a lot of fish out of the ocean.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. It just reminds me of when we were talking about the paper mill. It's like we got to pay for our degree somehow. It's
Gotta pay for the use somehow.
like, dude,
I'll say we're running right now. The funds are running dry right now. I'll definitely say that. Oh my gosh.
dude, it took a lot of fish to pay for this degree.
A lot of it. It took a lot of cardboard for me.
Dude, a lot of salmon went to.
A lot of cardboard boxes, a lot of Amazon packages of paying for my stuff. So
We got a lot of halibut.
yeah, you gotta think about those numbers, man.
A lot of Amazon boxes.
Those
Dude,
Amazon boxes are paying stuff.
how many boxes does it take to get a degree?
That's a good question. I mean, it's paid for most of it. I mean, of course, housing is like one of the biggest chunks. It's always been.
Oh my god,
It's serious, bro. Gainesville isn't as bad as some certain other places, but like it's still not great. Florida in general, its housing market is insane right now. So
have you seen those graphs of like how much rent has gone up in the past like decade or whatever? It's insane.
I felt it. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, me too. I'm like,
Bro, I remember like I started this degree. I started this degree and I was paying like 1,000. So I'm like, okay, like, and then like I tried to go back to the same place and it was already like 100, 200, 300 more a month.
Yeah.
And I was like, man. And then when I came back after like 2 years of the internship or a year after the internship, I was like, come on, like just try to live.
for real. The real scam is when they do it to elderly people. Like,
Oh, yeah?
like they're doing to my grandma. Dude.
Really?
Yeah, because then they move into this retirement home, and of course they're not going to move. They're like 90 or 95, right? And then they keep raising their rent like $300, $500 a month. It's like, it's a huge scam.
I can believe it. Yeah.
Dude, my grandma's paying over $6,000 a month to live. It's not. But anyway,
You know what? We can talk about real estate for a bit if you want. I have a little bit on that.
oh yeah,
Have you read the book Abundance?
abundance. I have not.
Abundance. This is a really good. I think it's by Ezra Klein and I forget the other guy. Klein's a bit of a soy boy, I'd definitely say, in terms of the Democratic space. So he's not very popular, but it's a good book. It talks a lot about how one of the things that we should be doing as a society is just building more.
Oh yeah,
And that building more will reduce prices, shockingly,
makes sense.
And then also talks about how government in the past has been pretty good with making stuff happen, but nowadays a lot of regulation has slowed things down. If you've heard of the California Rail and how slow that thing is, it's because of a lot of environmental law has been used by NIMBYs to stop this train going to their backyards. Not in my backyard. And the reason behind that also is the culture we have currently of your retirement is based on your house's value. This is your investment. This is also a problem in China as well, where I think their housing market is collapsing as well. It was collapsing right at the moment, and slowly because of government regulation trying to slow it down. But like it's due to the idea of I put my money in my house, and this house will go up in value, and this is my retirement. Instead of other assets. But the problem is a house is also a place you live in. So if you can't get on the housing chain, you're double screwed, right? But as soon as you get on the housing chain, you don't want anyone else to get on the housing chain. Because if the other people get on the housing chain, your house is worth less.
What do you mean the housing chain?
To get a house in the housing market, right?
Yeah.
That's essentially what I'm talking about, is being a homeowner or not being a homeowner.
Oh, I see.
Right? Having a limited asset is what keeps it going up.
Yeah, because if everybody's a homeowner, then
No one wants it.
then your home is worth less.
Yeah. And so it's a bit of the duality of having it as an asset. But again, this the book itself is talking about how just to fix the problem, it would be building more houses. But of course, in terms of people like baby boomers and stuff like that, they're not going to want that because it's their house. It's worth tons of money.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my family's home's worth like $1 million, man.
Mm.
And it's in Middle Villages, and they bought it for like $500K because it was like somewhere like into early COVID. You know what I mean? So it was, in terms of pricing value, and I'm sure they would hate it if in their backyard their infrastructure was built there because that value would go down, and that's their investment. But stuff like that needs to be done so that other people can get houses.
Makes sense, because then if there's like a whole train going through, then you can build a lot more because there's access to all these different places, right?
Well, yeah, that as well, but it's also like it's not even. It can always simply just be if this train is here in my backyard, my house is worth less. Therefore, my investment's worth less, right? It doesn't even have to be. There's going to be more houses now. It's just this reduces my house's value, right? This also, well, I'll say houses. I also am talking about apartment complexes and multi-story housing. That is also what you're producing. It's not single family homes are very inefficient in terms of space. Shocking, but of course people don't like seeing apartments built in the middle of places like LA, and so that's what keeps the housing prices so they're high because it's a lot of single family homes and it's not very expensive. So recommend it though. Abundance, very good.
Abundance. Wow. Yeah, it's a real accomplishment to become a homeowner in America. That's like a really big deal.
It is, and I think the year the age you get it is later and later and later. I think it used to be like early mid-20s, and now it's in the 30s and 40s.
Really?
To average homeowner age.
That sucks. I really would like to be a homeowner soon because you can get some like different breaks and different help if you're like a first time buyer for a home.
Right.
So, depending on how well this sales job goes, of course, I think it would be a cool idea to kind of like live in Gainesville and rent for like another year and then save up enough capital to actually be able to buy my own house.
Yeah, but how would you feel if this problem was suddenly solved and your house just went down in value immediately? You know what I mean?
Well, that would suck for the people who already own a house, but it would be great for the people who actually would
Exactly.
want to
But
buy
then
a
you would
house.
be one of those people who own a house, and you would be hit with it too. See what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a hard problem. It's a hard nut to crack. I like to think that most of the people who would suffer would be people who have the wealth, like the baby boomers. So they own a lot of assets, and a lot of law has been shifted towards them to assist them in terms of this kind of stuff, not just houses, but in general. But there's also the edge cases of I finally got my way onto the housing market, and now my value is going down. What the heck, bro? I invest. I don't know. I believe in the value of. I wish we could have something like. I know this exists. I just forget the naming of it, but it's like apartment suite that I own. This is my house.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a single family home. I own this apartment. This is mine. I don't have to rent it anymore. Be nice, right? I forget what that's called. It's not a condo.
Yeah.
Is it a condo?
Something like that, yeah. Or
Something like that. It makes sense. I mean, I don't need to have a backyard. I don't need to have all this. I just need somewhere to live, man.
yeah, I just need a space.
I just need a space, put my stuff. I need to lay down and go to sleep.
Yeah, and then you can start getting equity in there.
Yeah. And that stuff, I mean, you pack it tighter and you pack it upwards.
Yeah, that seems pretty uncommon these days now that you say it. I can't remember the last time I saw a deal like that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's some in Melbourne, but like it's very uncommon. I feel like people would jump on that.
I mean, it's because renting is, it's the forever income, right?
It's
If
just,
you are a landlord, constant.
it's just so profitable.
Yeah. So who's gonna and as soon as there is anything like that on the market, someone will buy it and then rent it out.
Yeah, so there's
Talk about Airbnb as well. Airbnb is one of the ways that happens. I own this thing, but now I Airbnb it, and now I'm renting it out that way.
Exactly. Then there's just a middleman.
Exactly. Just change down. It's like anytime there is like I could do this. Oh, well, actually, I could just instead of using this thing, I could use it as an asset. It's just so assetized that it's hard to work around it.
See,
Yeah, something that everybody needs, but also people who have it, they don't want other people to have it. Even if they don't know it, they don't want it, right? It's not like I don't wish ill will on people for, if I was a homeowner, I wouldn't wish ill will on people for having not, for not having a house. But at the same time, it's because it's my asset.
Mm.
I want my asset to be worth a fair amount.
As high as possible. Yeah. Especially if it's your first house.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It feels so weird if something like food or water was like that too. You know what I mean? But this is a need. Having somewhere to live is a human need, and this is just something that we also use as an asset, as an investment.
Yeah, it's like maybe we wouldn't have such a big homeless problem if people could actually afford to rent even. Imagine. I think that there should be laws restricting people's ability to raise rent. I think that's a
Rent control is a weird one. I've seen as soon as you do rent control, you start getting into a black market of rent. It's like you do the, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, officially I can only have the rent like this, but actually your rent's like this. I mean, it's like it's incentivized to do other things, and then also it incentivizes people to not build more in a way. I think one of the whenever I hear about this issue, one of the best things I think about is just building more. Because essentially, if you build so much, then they compete with each other. Competition.
Yeah, and the supply's higher.
Supply's higher, competition, prices go down.
Exactly.
It's any asset that works like that.
Man, what if I just bought some land and then built another house?
Then you'd be a landlord.
There we go.
There you go. And then you would be benefiting, wouldn't you? There you go.
Yeah.
And now you want everything to stay the same. You don't want anything to change. You're feeling great.
For real.
But it's my house. My house worth a lot. So
Yeah.
it sucks to not have a house.
Yeah. Dude, I can't wait to have my own space. So my big goal for this year, right, which I have established recently, mostly by the end of the summer, is to be sustainably financially independent. If I can be sustainably financially independent, that would be great. And I want to have my own space. I want to have like a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom townhouse.
Mhm.
Chilling.
That'd be good.
Working valet, selling formulations for wastewater treatment.
Be the dream.
Big thing.
Yeah. I would say I'm semi-independent. I used to be more dependent until I started this degree, and then I had some savings and stuff that I went independent. And now I'm back to somewhere in the middle because the funds are going down. And I was like, can I have like a few thousand, please? I need to pay rent because things are so expensive. Really, it's like that. I mean, I feel terrible every time because I'm just like, I know if I was in a situation of less privilege, I would not be able to do that. But it's the satisfaction from being able to do something your own is
huge.
It's huge, and it always feels so terrible when you have to fall back on the benefits that you have just from your environment. You know what I mean? It's there to use.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to abuse it because it's
take it for granted.
Exactly. First take it for granted, and second, it's just like you just feel worse, man. And it's like it never feels good.
Yeah, it's just not a good feeling. I remember like a long time ago, several years ago, I asked my dad for like $100, and like I just felt so terrible. I was just like, I'm never asking for money ever again, and I haven't. In fact, last year, after I graduated from college, I told my mom, I'm never gonna ask you for money ever
That's
again.
good. Doing good. I would say. I mean, I've been off of. I only had to start getting loans from my family essentially recently, just because of how expensive things are.
I mean, I get it, man. Plus,
You just have to do it.
yeah, and you're in a good long-term investment right now with this degree.
That's the idea, but I mean, it all starts by getting a job, right? And that's always the hard part, as I figured out right after my master's. It's like, you can have the degrees, doesn't mean anyone's going to hire you.
This is true. Yeah. I'm glad I found a job at all. I mean, it's 100% commission based, so it's going to be a function of how much I sell, which is, risky. Luckily, I do have the valet job though. I'm working as a valet driver by the hotel. In fact, I'm on
The one by the hospital?
No, we do service the hospital, but no, I work at the Marriott that's by the north. I guess that would be the northeast part of campus. No, northwest.
Yeah, I know that little housing, the hotel district.
Yeah, where the Standard is, the big complex with the Chick-fil-A and the Olay and that's where I'm at. And in fact, Just because top of mind, I'm on a 6 day in a row stretch of working 8 hours. This is my 5th day in a row. So, yeah.
It's good on you. I would say I try to keep working coals while doing like this degree, and I don't know. I don't have that fortitude to do it. Like I tried to do it for half a semester of doing the degree and doing coals. You know what I mean? The stress was too much.
For real.
I was like, I gave it a shot. I was like, I really should try, and then it was just too much. And then now I've done Uber every so often, but even this semester I've done like no Uber because prices for Uber, like your rates are so low.
Really?
Especially, there's also no like games, right?
There's a lot of Uber drivers around here.
Yeah, as more Uber drivers, less money to go around.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, it is quite tough. The thing with me is like I have like an optimal level of workload and like stress, and I find that if I fall below that too much, then I just don't perform my responsibilities very
Sure.
well. So like if my responsibilities were only my classes, I probably wouldn't do them very well because
That's fair.
it's just not enough. So that's why I like to add things onto it. Like I've always been doing something in addition to my schoolwork. It's never been just the schoolwork. It's been like teaching and starting a club and whatever else. And so this semester it just so happens to be working ballet and working on my podcast.
Sure.
Those are my extra activities, and also learning about salesmanship. In fact, I just came up with a cool idea for a project that you might think is interesting.
Maybe with it.
So I'm taking applied optimization of engineering with Dr. Restrepo Flores.
Okay.
And for our final project, we have to basically apply what we've learned, which is a bunch of linear algebra, basically. And so I was thinking, and I was like, what if I actually had a system? What if I actually modeled a real system, right?
Sure.
So then I talked to my boss about it, and he was like, yeah, why don't you do a case study with one of our potential clients, get all the data from him, have an actual plant that you're modeling, do an economic analysis of how they're currently using polymers and these different formulations, and then compare that to an economic analysis of using our products and show the long-term profitability of it. And then taking it one step further, I could record it, post it on YouTube, and then that way in the future, I'll have an actual case study documented to show future potential clients.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel about I have a research paper that I published, and I feel the same way. That is the culmination of I've done something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Having someone to point at and like there it is.
Yeah, I did a thing.
And people are using this thing. It's useful. You
Yeah.
know? That's great. So
Exactly.
that's
the
working.
idea. Yeah. That's like the grand finale or like the big drama. What's your research paper on?
It is on polyhydroxyalkanoates, which is a form of bioplastic.
Bioplastic. So is it degradable?
Yeah, it's biodegradable. It's made of fish poop.
Oh wow.
You use there's certain bacteria that turns that fish poop and wastes into the PHA, or yeah, I think it's a PHA. There's also PHB, which I think it's called. It's a little slightly different, but then this stuff essentially would work for good single-use plastics, and then it would degrade pretty fast. Yeah.
Huh. Are you performing that here?
No, this is back in Georgia Southern. This is my master's.
Oh,
My
this was previous.
thesis, even though I didn't do thesis, but this was my project, right?
Interesting. So what did that study entail?
I was the introduction to that. So essentially, that study abroad was me telling. We went. One of the things I did is went and talked to because there was a private entity that also was part of this. I think it's called BioAqua. They're on the countryside by Brasilia. We went and talked with them, saw the actual fishery, the cones where you could see like all the plastic and bacteria all filter into it, and then they would like to be able to drain that out. They take that plastic and then process it. However, but they needed a partner to like research and look into it, the properties, and actually try to commercialize it, right? So that was when we came in. And essentially, again, I was in the ground floor as a graduate student. I was pretty much developing like where do we start, and so where did we start came from 2 years of me going through all the literature and making this mini literature review of the topic itself of PHAs in general.
Gotcha.
So it was just a lot of digging through publications and stuff, which is exactly what I want to do. And then you do parts of that for patent work too. Similar stuff. I mean, patent searching is very similar to literature searching. So
Interesting.
it's keyword searching and all that. So.
So, was this part of like a larger PhD program?
No, this is just a research project. I just wanted to work with the. I don't think I had to do research, but it was a side thing. I was getting some credit hours out of it.
Gotcha. So, were you just developing like a proof of concept, or did you ever actually like formulate the substance? What?
It was just technology review. So it was so that later students could actually work on it. Because eventually the idea was to make a little small fishery setup and then get the bacteria, then do solid samples and do studies on that. Right? Because they had all the machinery, all the instrumentation. People hate it when you call it machinery. They had all that to actually study the solid plastic. It's just, we would have to do a whole setup for that. I'm not sure if he's ever actually stepped up on that. I do need to recontact him and see how that's going.
Interesting.
But I think this was I was just kind of the introduction to that and actually looking to see what was already out there.
Wow. That's pretty cool. It's good to know that there's some biodegradable plastic. If it was economically feasible, I would see a lot of people wanting to use that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where a lot of people try to hit on it and interpret different ways. I liked the method that we were doing. Whether or not that is the method, I don't know. The research is like that, though. You throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, it's like a battleground of ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so were you actually on a publication, or?
Yeah, it was like 90% of it was my writing. I'd say 95%, and then my professor went through and made sure everything was right, and then our collaborators made sure everything was right. But it's almost all my wording.
Wow, that's cool.
And this is before this was before GPT. Before GPT was a thing, so it was all me.
Yeah,
I did that.
It's all me. Well,
I'm proud of it because I'm just like, I did that. And it's like, this is one of those things where it's like 20 pages of that,
Yeah.
writing that stuff out.
Just good old fashioned human intelligence, critical thinking.
Critical thinking. Oh my
Studying.
gosh, the rot has come from being able to use GPT all the time. It's insane.
And Google searches.
And Google searches was always a thing, but
Yeah, back then.
yeah, but my God, my productivity has gone so like. I have always been a person of least resistance. So as soon as using AI models has become a thing, it's like least resistance.
Yeah.
Especially now that I'm in my third degree, it's just like the amount of care I've had is like, you know what I mean?
It's like, just get it in.
I just want to get my degree and get out. I want to learn, of course, and I want to make sure I have the avenues of learning again. It's just things like AI have made it so easy to how engineering works. A lot of times is you look back at books and texts to actually remember what you learned. So now that I have this infinite text to go back and learn, as long as I understand the basics of it, then what I do is in practice, I will just go to AI and be like, what does this exactly mean? And it'll help teach me. It's so good at teaching, but it's also really good at doing stuff for you. So you have to counterbalance how much you let it do for you. I try to only let it do the stuff that I know I could already do. That's just tedious work, but like sometimes I hit that thing and I feel like, damn, I really should have done that.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you just reminded me, and I don't know how deep you want to go into this, but
Sure.
So NVIDIA, so Jensen Huang, he was the keynote speaker of GTC 2026,
Sure.
whatever that means. He gave a whole like 2-hour long presentation on the state of like AI and robotics.
Yeah.
And did you hear about OpenClaw come out? I think I was mentioning that to you.
OpenClaw?
OpenClaw.
OpenClaw, huh?
Claw. So Mr. Peter Steinberg, he actually developed some software that made it so that a AI model could run locally on your computer.
Oh yeah, and that's stuff that Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it. I think it's something that.
This one is like, it's like different though. Like it's not like all the other ones. It's like you can actually get like a Mac Mini, and then like you can actually like interact like with whatever software is like on the Mac Mini. So it uses like.
Oh, you mean like it's both a local it's a local model, but it's also an agent.
Yeah, it's like a local agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then that's a good point actually. So it's like a local agent, but it uses the model that you have attached to it. So it could be like GPT or Grok or whatever.
But it doesn't have the interconnect with the internet. It's all the information that's already on it.
I think you can. I think you run the data on it, but then it has to like connect to the internet to actually like talk to the whatever model is retrieving the tokens from or whatever.
I've been with companies, I'm not supposed to, but that one of the things that they've been trying to do with private, like very it's tight intellectual property is the local models essentially. Is that idea of having a little box that this is what runs the model. You connect it to your computer. It doesn't go to the internet.
See, the problem with that though is that you really sacrifice a lot of quality because I think
Right.
just by nature, the bigger the better. So the thing I wanted to get to though
Sure.
was that OpenClaw was actually so NVIDIA actually got in contact with Peter Steinberg, the developer of OpenClaw, and they actually merged and they made NemoClaw, right? So it's like a huge project where literally, I guess it's available to anyone. You can actually like just run 2 lines of code on Bash, and it'll actually download a agent onto your device, right? So you mentioned that like AI can like go and do work for you. It's like, well, now like with literally like 2 lines of code, you can download a agent to actually like interact with and like do all your
work for you.
do your work. Yeah.
Real work for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like a whole like personal assistant, and it's like way better than just like a little chatbot because it's like integrated into everything you have on the device. It's like it's wild, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard about this stuff where like a lot of the menial jobs are already starting to get hit by this kind of stuff.
Oh, I can
It's
imagine.
literally like if your job it was data processing or any sort of basic data processing
Or customer service.
customer service, sure, but that was the first thing. That's already happened, right?
Yeah.
Most but like if you're just looking at numbers, seeing if it hits a threshold, and then hitting a button as soon as it hits that threshold, then that job's gone, and that is a lot more jobs than you think. Things like paralegals or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like if it's just do this for me and run this for me, give me that cup of coffee kind of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then just let it do it for you, and that's the kind of jobs those are the intro jobs, which is part of the problem. But jobs are being taken. Right? It's interesting. It's like it's a bit of a catch-22 though because it's really good for productivity, but it's really bad for if you want to get somebody up the chain. Right? If you don't have an intern or somebody at a lower level that can learn things at that doing these menial tasks that can go upwards, then who's replacing you? You're gone.
It's just nobody because there's nobody to like move up, you know.
Exactly.
And like, what's the solution to that? Just to make some like BS job that doesn't need to be done just for the sake of hiring people? It's like
it's a problem, isn't it?
like it is.
There's no answer at the moment, but that's something I want to bring up. It's like that's the big thing. Right?
It is a problem. I mean, purely digital jobs are really at risk, especially like people who just like sit there and like write code. It's like,
oh yeah, software is one of those things.
that's like a thing of the not a thing of the past yet, but it's like it's much easier for somebody to like become like a mid-level like software engineer. Like it's a lot easier now than it was a few years ago.
Yeah, I would say the only right now that it's hard to get a initial position, but I mean you're still useful at the expert level because that's how you're able to actually check things and make sure you look right and have certain things need human intuition to know like this is exactly the way I want it, right?
Yeah.
But like if you're an intern or a lower level position, then you won't know that, and you're just you're doing what the chatbot's doing. You are just doing the code. You're making stuff that works.
Yeah.
And it'll do it.
Well, on the flip side, if you think of it from like an individual's perspective, I think it's a great time to become like a builder and an entrepreneur and actually start your own business because if you have an idea for a business and you know the work that needs to be done to make it happen, it's like you can implement this technology to like scale it way faster than you would have been able to before.
Oh yeah, it's really good for if you have a product and you want to sell it. It's really good for stuff like web design and like introductory business stuff.
Yeah, like
you can just it's really you can just talk to one of these models, even something as a non-specialized as GPT, and it would help you with that.
Oh yeah.
And I know people who've done it. I mean, it works. It functions. You know, I mean. It's really good for testing the waters, especially. It's like if I have a general idea and I want to try to flesh it out, instead of paying money to do it, I can just talk to GPT and it'll flesh it out for me. Yeah. But also consider who was the people who were being paid to do that, right? Well,
yeah.
So it's a bit of a.
I'm really excited to implement it into sales because
I'm
having a hard time. Well, I don't have to tackle this problem yet, but I'm having a hard time figuring out what the best way to implement it is. I think it's going to be by collecting data on contact information.
Analytics. It's always analytics. Every time.
What do you mean?
Well, it's what you're doing right now. It's the same what we're talking about. Collecting information and putting it in a way that you can like remember it maybe, or like a way that you can sort through it. Yeah. Maybe you can label it in a certain way. You can make apps to do this. This is one of the things that AIs have recently, is any app that is really easy to just do yourself has been hit pretty hard by there was a little bit of a dip when people were like, oh yeah, like things like Duolingo and stuff. Like you could just make that so easy. You just make it. You just say, make me something like Duolingo, it'll do it. And then you just have Duolingo and you want to pay anything for it. So it's like anything that relied on simple-ish ideas for that, you can just do it yourself. And that's essentially you're making your own app that probably something else already does that you could have paid money for, and now you don't have to. Which is great for you, but of course it's a whole market that's being impacted. So.
Exactly, or something that I would have had to done otherwise. My idea is to kind of have it go out and find the contact information and like a background check on these people who are potential clients.
Oh yeah.
And then pretty much just say like what they do in the company, and if they're like a big dog and they're hard to get to, it's like who do I need to contact who's most likely to get me in contact with the person who has the authority to make the decision to buy our products. It's like I think that's a very powerful use of the technology. That's probably how I'm going to be using it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see a world where I would not be using it. Now that I've started, it's so hard not to use it.
Dude, you have to. Yeah.
It's just your efficiency goes up so much, and if you're not using it, somebody else is.
Well,
you're being more efficient than you are.
That's the thing that Jensen, he said that one time. He said AI might not take your job, but there's gonna be somewhere out there who's using AI, and they're
taking your job.
Exactly.
It's one or the other, right? It's like if you're falling behind on it, then you are.
And I think professors are being pretty naive about this, because, like, as a student, it's like, let's be real here. Everybody's using it. Like, let's not pretend like we're not, right? And professors, like, they're like, oh yeah, just think through it, or just like don't use AI. It's like that's just unrealistic, And I think the solution to this is to raise the bar. Really, it's
to make stuff that isn't menial, right?
Yeah.
If it's something I can do in AI and it won't it'll just give me the answer and not explain it, then it's something that's too simple, right?
Yeah.
It's like the real tasks that actually are worth doing are the ones that you shouldn't really be able to do in AI, at least without your own input, right?
Yeah.
It can help you with it, but it's like you need to put in some extra steps to get something right out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see classes be more like project based, like big, important project based, and instead of just like all these tiny little assignments,
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate things like how Sumant does things. He's been pretty good with allowing stuff like that, AI, and it works really well for helping with stuff like presentations. I mean, with us, right? Yeah. Getting those menial things done so that and then your work is actually presenting and articulating. That's useful because you can't have AI just present for you. I mean, you can have it help you make a diagram, and that diagram will help you present that. That's the idea. It helps you, and it isn't replacing you on that. It's just making it so you don't have to stare at code for 3 hours and try to make a graph that you didn't really need. You're not learning anything by doing it.
Exactly.
Especially if you've already done it before.
Yeah. Same thing with calling people or just talking to people. Those people-to-people interactions, it's AI can't replace that. So whatever, I think it's important to use it to prepare for these conversations and to it can help you do your homework. At the end of the day, if the test is paper and pencil and there's no access to the internet, it's you have to know what you need to know.
Yeah, and there is I think a lot of the teaching and learning space has kind of fallen behind in terms of utilizing AI.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a big opportunity. I personally have used it not just for doing my tasks, but also it's if I am doing homework, I have a vague idea what the answer is. I check on the AI, and then if I don't understand it or I didn't get the exact answer, I ask it. It's why is it like this?
Get the details.
Yeah, I get the details. And even in class, when I'm in lectures for any of my classes nowadays, I literally, as I'm listening and following along, especially if there's already notes having been taken, I will just back and forth with the AI some questions. More the questions I can't ask the professor, let's say, something simple that may have missed, or something that's more off topic.
Yeah.
That helps me flesh out the full picture of what's going on. It's so helpful for just being especially when you're out of the department a lot like I am, and I'm doing material science stuff. There's some gaps that I have, and I go back to that. I talk to the AI, and it's This is kind of how it's like in your scope, in your field. And I'm like, I get it now.
Yeah.
You know? It's so nice. There's been studies on like, like elementary level students who have had access and not have access to it. In terms of trying to learn subjects, it can be pretty useful. I wish I had. I hate saying somebody's done this. I don't got the source, but somebody has done this. I don't got the source. I definitely would look into it though. But it's very interesting to see like the idea of having, the idea of having pretty much a teacher beside you at all times to help you do stuff. As long as you're using it correctly, it can be very useful.
Absolutely, yeah. Even from like a tutoring perspective, I mean,
It is a tutor essentially if you use it right.
yeah,
It's a tutor.
that's the thing. It's all about how you use it, and it's really like a reflection of the questions that you ask it.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I've almost wanted to have a conversation with my nephews and my niece about it because it's just an important thing to talk about. I feel like.
Being responsible about how I'm using it is how you can actually learn and not rot.
Yeah.
Is I feel the brain, like I talked about earlier. I feel the brain rot. It hits hard, especially. I mean, I understand, like TikTok and stuff. It's like things that are easy and like easy dopamine, easy like solutions. The problem is, as soon as you stop challenging yourself, you will hit the rot starts coming in, and you're just like you just start forgetting how to go further. You know.
Yeah, and how to critically think.
How to critical thinking can start withering away like so fast.
For real.
You're
Yeah.
not flexing it.
Yeah. Once you stop being challenged, it's like you stop growing.
Mm-hmm.
I like big challenges. Yeah, I'm playing BioShock right now.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
You played it before?
No. For some reason I had to change of philosophy. I was playing Fortnite and Rise of the Ronin a lot, and I only play Fortnite alone. So like,
Just play BioShock.
it's just huh?
Just play BioShock at that point.
Yeah,
Same thing.
because I was always under the. I played very difficult games. Like I played like all of Dark Souls 3 alone. I played
Sure.
Bloodborne and Ghost of Tsushima and just a whole bunch of different
Good stuff.
Sekiro. I played a lot of different very difficult games, and I don't know, just over spring break I was like, I'm on break, what if I just played a game to enjoy it? And then I saw BioShock was on sale. I was like,
I say BioShock ain't that hard, but you can crank up the difficulty and play it, and it's a great game. It's the story is fantastic, and it's the actual design. I mean, it's like the king of those kind of looter shooters, you know?
yeah, it's very unique. It's very immersive, you know?
Stuff.
Like, yeah, and I like that old school style.
Mhm.
And it's all underwater. It's like, it's very unique. And I got Dying Light too. It was only $3.
Yeah.
That parkour zombies game.
You should look into, I think it's not on sale anymore, but The Division 2, Tom Clancy.
Oh, yeah.
That was on sale for like $5.
Mm.
And it's supposed to be a good looter shooter that's more modern.
Yeah, I took a crack at that a while ago. I didn't really enjoy it too much. I'm very particular about the games that I play.
That's fair. I was like, I saw a friend but been playing a lot of it, and it looks fun. It's just like for me, when I used to do more of these kind of single player stuff, it was more like BioShock,
Yeah.
kind of story based kind
Oh,
of stuff.
Yeah, like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like that. I'd say.
Yeah. What games do you like to play?
Now I get days. It's just League of Legends, man. Oh my god.
League of Legends?
League of Legends has sucked me up again. I got out for like a year or two, and I got sucked back in because it's just like once you learn like one of those macro scale games for so long, it's like, and everyone else is playing it, and you stop playing it, everyone else is still playing it, you gotta come back. Eventually you gotta come back. It's just like, this is how I can interact with my friends at this point.
Yeah, it always circle back.
Yeah, I mean, it's how Fortnite is the same. You should. It's like, if everyone's doing it, I guess I'm doing it.
Yeah, every now and then I definitely got stuck back in it. It's just, yeah, I think it's good to find games that challenge you.
Yeah. But like, I'm still like doing some side stuff. It's just not as much as I do Minecraft. We have a server right now doing some pods and stuff. You know,
Classic.
it's a classic. You always come back to it like once a year for like a week or two, and then you stop playing it, and then you come back. It's great.
Yep, it's always there when you're ready.
So yeah, I got Binding of Isaac. Still trying to finish that one. That was a classic.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
I'm almost completely 100% on it. I have like 10 achievements left.
Oh,
Like
wow.
the 640 that there are.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, that one's a long-term project that I keep coming back to every so often.
Oh yeah,
Slay the Spire 2 just came out like a few weeks ago.
I hear good things about that game.
It's so good. I don't know if you ever played Slay the Spire, but it is the granddaddy of deck building or roguelites, essentially. It's like Balatro, right? But it's so good.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Have you ever played Cult of the Lamb?
I sure have.
Yeah.
I'm saying my boyfriend plays it a lot. He loves it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he loves that thing.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game.
Yeah, I play multiplayer with him, and it's really fun. It's really nice too. It's pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've been playing Power Wash Simulator as well.
Power Wash Simulator.
It's so
awesome.
relaxing.
I bet, dude.
Dude, you start just like at the percentages and the upgrades, and you're like, oh. It's fantastic. It's great mental break.
I see. Yeah, I kind of want to start getting back towards just playing games for the sake of fun and not challenging myself all the time.
Yeah, I'd say the more I like mixing other things in, not just doing League of Legends, because League of Legends is definitely it's fun in quotes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm doing it, I'm having fun, I guess. You know?
Yeah, I feel like you gotta be in a certain like mental state for it too,
Oh yeah.
because you gotta be locked in.
You gotta get locked in. I mean, it's like what? It's 40-minute games, you know? Locked in.
Wild.
Also, we play Deadlock as well. Very good.
Deadlock.
Yeah, that's the Valve one. The Valve, it's like Smite.
Yeah.
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 So-
I like Smite.
Yeah.
I was playing,
Deadlock's real good.
I played as Ymir.
Oh yeah.
Ymir. Yeah.
I only play a little bit of Smite, but I
That's wild. There's so many choices in that game. There's
Yeah.
so many different gods that you can play.
I think in League of Legends there's like we're in like the mid hundreds, 200s, I think. It's,
Oh, really? Damn. Yeah. Valve has some incredible games. Did you ever play Left 4 Dead?
Oh yeah, I played Left 4 Dead too. Some friends back in the day.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, you played that, and then you play something like Killing Floor, right? Spiritual successor.
I don't know what that is.
Killing Floor essentially is Left 4 Dead with like a modern sense of it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's modern as in like maybe 5 or 10 years after, but you know, it's like if you wanted more Left 4 Dead, try Killing Floor kind of thing. And I don't know. This was back like 10 years ago. I was playing stuff like that though.
Huh.
But then like in terms of Valve, I mean most of my experience with Valve would have been I don't know. I didn't really play too much Valve games. I really need to. Oh, Portal.
Portal.
Portal 2. Those are my experience with Valve games.
Those are incredible. Those games are so good. They're like the humor, the thinking, like the
Good stuff.
world building, like the story, all of it. Like it's just a great game.
Yeah.
Both of them. Yeah, I really enjoy the Portal games. There's a fan made Portal 3 actually, where where you actually use time travel. So,
Oh, cool.
so there's like time travel portals too.
Yeah, I've seen Portal stories or something like that as well. There's also another thing that's like that. I've seen some. I've seen some
Oh, yeah.
other spins.
A lot of fan made content. I played Silk Song recently. Yeah, that's a good one. That just came
I'm
out.
still playing Hollow Knight. I'm not done with Hollow Knight yet.
Really?
Yeah, I've had it for a long time. I never touched it, and then I always hear good things. I'm like, this is Hollow Knight, and it's good.
Dude,
It's-
I crushed Hollow Knight. I think I got all the achievements actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even the Steel Soul. I got my best run ever. I think I beat Steel Soul in like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like
What's the achievement? It's like 2 hours. The achievement.
there's some achievement for it. Yeah, it might be more than that. It might be like 3 or 4, but
Okay.
yeah, I crushed it. I really enjoyed Hollow Knight. I think that's my most played game on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, either that or Super Smash Bros. They're like neck and neck,
Yeah.
which is just infinitely replayable.
Mm.
Yeah, Silk Song's a lot of fun though. I have like a few save games on it.
Yeah.
I think you'd like it. It's a
Oh,
lot
of
fun.
course. I mean, Metroidvanias they're not specifically my genre. I like them. I mean, what else have I done? Like Persona
Mm.
5, 4, 3, good. Waiting on the 4 remake. It's good. JRPGs, so like the Pokemon. It's not really your genre, but those are also like the 100-hour games as well, where it's a story game, but it's 100 hours to do it
Mm.
because it's just long.
Yeah, those old school Pokemon games are fun
Yeah.
on little DS.
Oh yeah, I stopped at Black 2. I think is when I stopped.
Dude, for some reason I find myself going back to older games because just something about the newer games, I don't know, it just doesn't really like do it for me. I don't know if it's like a lack of creativity or novelty or just I don't know what it is, but something about the older games, like they just seem like more pure in some way.
No doubt. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into that. I do enjoy the modern indie scene. Indie
Oh,
games are always good.
There's a lot of good indie
Because
games.
you can always, there's so much of them, you can always find something that's catered specifically to what you need.
Yeah, there's always a hidden gem.
Yeah, I hear Procopia is pretty good though. That just came out. The one that's like Stardew, but it's like Pokemon. You're like a Ditto going around. You're like a Ditto human. So it's interesting. I hear good things about that one. But yeah, a lot of big IP has been struggling. Some like Concord and High Guard, are the textbook examples of they close within 2 weeks, and no one plays them. Live service is a tough one. So
Yeah, it's all for the fun of the experience, though. There are a lot of good indie games.
yeah, the indie is just. I don't know. I've been early on the indie game train because I mean I started with like FTL and stuff like that. I mean FDL. What else? I mean Isaac was one of the originals. One of the OGs like Super Meat Boy, like that.
Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, that's like I said. This is like the original like indie scene. It's like I love those games. I mean, Slade Spire was an original. That was like back in like what 2013.
Spyro, dude, I've replayed the trilogy.
Oh, Spyro. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So in here.
Huh?
I said Slade Spire. So.
Oh, Slade Spire, yeah.
No, Spyro was a good one too. I mean, that's back in like PS1, PS2.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah, I only had the fourth game. Everyone said that game's not that great. I grew up with it, so it's fine.
See, I went back and replayed God of War 3 Remastered.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. That was
I didn't grow up with that. I think maybe I'm just it's my age, but maybe also the genres I set to. I don't know. I started some weird random stuff. I felt like in terms of genres. Jack and Dexter's a good one. I think they're remaking the first one. I don't know if you ever played Jack and Dexter.
I don't think so. No.
Like I don't know. That's like classic PS2, 3 games in terms of like one of them's like a collectathon, like Banjo and Kazooie, and the other two are very different. They have guns and stuff. I don't know. I never played. My brother loves those too. But
Did you play Eleanor?
no, it's not my. Those kind of like Souls games never really sparked me. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, same thing with shooters. And I didn't grow up with shooters, so same like Call of Duty, never did. I did strategy. I was pretty big in strategy. I mean, I did like sim games like Sim City, Sim Coaster.
Did you ever play Battle Nations?
Battle Nations. Sounds familiar? No, I don't think so.
It's like a turn-based strategy game, and you have like a whole base and everything. It's incredible. I loved it when I was younger, and then I saw that they like relaunched it recently, and I saw it in the App Store. I was like, oh my god.
I did Age of Mythology and Age of Empires. That's the real-time strategy. Those are good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Age of War.
Age of War. Oh, okay.
The classic. Yeah.
Ooh.
Age of War 2. Yeah, those are good games.
Yeah, that's it. Those are my thing. I did Roller Coaster Tycoon as well. Like I was into the tycoon and sim games mostly. So that's my cup of tea. And then just
not to mention the mini clip games.
Oh, the mini clip games were fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would love the mini clip and what's the other one?
Cool Math.
One more level was another one. And Cool Math games. Like these are the classic sites for Flash games. I play so much Flash games.
Oh yeah, and Armor games.
Yeah, Armor games. That's the other one. Yeah. Load up some Learn to Fly and just start going.
Learn to Fly with the penguin.
With the penguin, exactly. Those were great.
Just eating penguins.
Yeah, I had an E-machine when I was a kid, so me and my brother had our own personal computers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because E-machines are the cheapest desktop you could buy, essentially. But a few hundred. It's like, that wasn't that bad, even back then. But it's like we would sometimes we would just load up things on Miniclip and those and just run it. I mean, when I started getting on my computer, that's when I migrated to doing a lot of that random bullshit Flash games. They're always great. I mean, you get Balloons Tower Defense and you can just start going for like hundreds of hours.
Oh man, I spent so much time on Balloons. It's so good. Yeah, it's just such a well-rounded tower defense game.
It is.
It's like the ultimate tower defense game.
Almost like Kingdom Siege or whatever. It's like the one from Armor Games as well. I think that one.
I mean, not to mention Clash of Clans and Clash Royale.
Oh yeah, then we start getting the phone games as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. In terms of phone games, I didn't really hit it as hard as a lot of other people. I hit the Facebook games a little bit. I got
Facebook. Did you have Farmville?
I had Farmville.
Oh man.
But I had the one that was ninjas, and you were a ninja, and it was an idle game. I don't remember what it was though, but it was by the same people. It was by Zynga as well. Man, Zynga games.
Reminds me of the Club Penguin card game.
I never played it. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, the ninjutsu or whatever.
Ninjutsu, yeah.
Yeah.
The spinjutsu? I forgot what it's called. I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah.
I think in terms of those type of games, I tried Toontown, I tried Wizard 101, none of them really hit me.
Mm.
Fusion Fall was good, if you remember Fusion Fall from Cartoon Network.
Didn't play that, no.
What? This is the Cartoon Network MMO. I was there for like 2 years, and they had that weird art style, really like modern art style.
Did you ever play the Cartoon Network games online? Like,
Oh yeah,
It's
I
like-
played the like the Nickelodeon ones too. Yeah,
oh my god, those were so
those block
good.
games they had.
Those were incredible, dude.
They're making stuff, man. They're cooking with these games.
They really were. I played a Ben 10 game. It was just next level. It was so fun. Yeah. Yeah. They were really doing a good job at that. And there's some like Adventure Time games too.
I
They were
didn't say it. I think. Well, how old are you again?
23.
23. Yeah. So we're a little bit spread in terms of some of the stuff. Like Adventure Time stuff would have been later when I've already migrated mostly to doing things like actual games on PC or like console stuff. But like when I was younger, it was so much Flash games.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, I hit Clash of Clans hard. I was like a fully maxed out. Like,
See, I missed on it. I missed on the Clash Clans. I missed on the
it's a
Clash
blessing.
Royale.
It's
I
a
mean,
blessing in disguise.
yeah, I played some Clash Royale like later on, like maybe a year or two ago. I
Dude.
tried it and I was like, it's pretty good.
Right.
I love card games stuff.
I gotta say, I got Clash Royale the day it came out.
Okay.
I am like a day one Clash Royale,
Sure.
and I played that for a long time. I played that for like 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, I went hard. I had several maxed out cards. I think I had like 20 something out of like 70 something at the time.
Mhm.
So it was a very very evolved profile.
Yeah.
It had all like the badges or whatever. But yeah, I had to stop. See, the thing is, I get like addicted to these games, and then
I feel that.
it's just never ending. Like,
For me, I mean, now my current loop of like these kind of games, like phone games, would be like usually I have like gotcha or two that I play, and that's like it. The Persona one came out recently. I played that, and then I migrated over. There's the Hatsune Miku one I played. I migrated off that.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm doing Uma Musume, the horse girl one. Pretty good.
wow.
It's pretty good. That one's pretty good. I mean, they won Game of the Year for phone games. Like, it's good shit.
Interesting.
It's a very odd game, but it's like you like train the horse, but like it's like odds based. It's so much it's like micro gambling within the gambling, and your brain's like, ooh, you know. But it's good stuff. I don't know. I like having one, and then that's that's the focus in terms of like idle, and then I don't really like my phone in terms of gaming is something else.
I see.
It helps me stay like not distracted all the time, right?
Just enough.
Just enough, don't
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah. The only games I'll play on my phone are blackjack and chess.
Oh, you've got all the way back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
That's how I started. It was only doing things like Flow and stuff like that, right? On my phone.
Mhm.
It's like I got Flow. I got Solitaire, and
where's my water?
Where's My Water? Exactly. I got Day Story, and that's what I got. I had that on my Kindle, or I had my Where's My Water. Remember doing that?
Oh, Plants vs Zombies.
Oh yeah. Well, back in the day, when we were playing those games, I would borrow my mother's iPad to do that kind of stuff, man. I'd be like, "Can I have some iPad time?" And then I'd have like an hour or two of iPad time. I'd be like, "Yeah," you know. I mean, this is back when I was like 7 or 8. You know, this is a newer thing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, iPad time." I just missed the era of me being like an iPad kid, so I'm glad I did.
Dude, the kids now, my nephew, he'll get the phone and he'll start playing a game, and then there will be an ad, and then he'll just play the ad. Like, he won't even play the game. I'll be like, bro, you're not even playing the game. You're playing the ad.
Using the dopamine, bro. I don't know.
Oh my god.
And some of those ads are not too bad because like they're better than the actual game that they're advertising.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing here? Why do we have a game within an ad within a game? It's like, geez Louise, where's the stop? Is there going to be an ad in the game that's in the ad that's in the game?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good question.
They should just make a game that's just an ad, and then it's just like an infinite.
Game.
Yeah. You just keep getting ads in these games that just leads you to
Have you looked at Neil.fun before?
No.
He's got like he's this little programmer who's made like these little fun games, but there's one that's like a captcha simulator. There's like an infinite captcha chain of like more and more complicated captchas. Because it's like the simple stuff, like click the check mark or find and then it comes into like the most ridiculous, like find Waldo in this picture of Waldo, and then it's like the stuff that you would never see, like try to like make this which glass here is more full, this one or this one, and it's like It's so fun. I definitely recommend it. He's also made Infinite Craft. If you ever heard of that one, that was one where it's like you start with what? There was a Flash game very similar to it before. If you remember, if on I forgot what it's called, like Doodle God, maybe.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah.
Doodle God essentially.
Yeah.
Except it uses
Combined
AI. It uses AI in the back, so that if you combine stuff that they didn't think of, it makes a new thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's just infinitely making stuff.
Yeah. So it's Doodle God on steroids.
Oh wow.
It's so fun. It's so good. It gets addicting. I've watched so many people play that thing.
Gosh. I played a lot of Doodle God. They had a few versions. They had like Doodle God, Doodle Earth,
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Doodle Devil, something like that.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff. It kind of like stretches your creativity a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that made me think of Drawn to Life.
Drawn
You ever
to
played that on the DS?
No.
Those were banger story games, man. You would like draw like so the game how the game flow would work is like you're just a platformer, but then like you would come up to a thing and it's like, oh, draw this thing, and then that's the new like object that you're in space, right?
Yeah.
Or it's like you're rebuilding the town, so you're like draw the town hall, you know?
Mhm.
That was the gimmick, and that stuff was fine. And the gameplay loop was fine. It was pretty fun enough, but then the story was like top notch. You know? Like, for a kids game, it was very dark and it was very good. I was like, ooh, some good shit, you know?
Wow. It's like if Doodle Bob could make a game.
Pretty much. I mean, it felt like that. There was a SpongeBob version of it, yeah.
Oh wow.
Which is very, very fun with Doodle Bob, so it worked, yeah.
Man. Battle of Bikini Bottom.
Bikini Bottom, that's classic right there. I had the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, which is made by the same studio. I think it was like Iron or I forget what it's called, but they made both the game, Battle for Bikini Bottom, and they made
The movie game?
the movie game. Yep. So they feel exactly the same.
Hmm.
This one's based on a linear story of the movie, and then one's more freeform in terms of Battle for Bikini Bottom. Same system, same engine, everything.
Coincidentally, I've recently watched a video on like how many SpongeBob games there are. There's so many.
Bro, I
There's so
remember throwing so much time on these Flash games and these random like, man, they had an Atlantis SquarePantis like card game thing that was really cool, like a deck builder based thing. And I always try to find this thing, and I never can find it because it was one of those PopCap games, right? If you remember, it's not a Flash game. I mean, that's where Plants vs. Zombies came from, but it's the ones you would download on your computer, and it's like a game and probably Flash engine, but it's like this little micro game, and sometimes it's trying to sell you the game itself, and it only costs a few dollars. It was like pre-phone era kind of stuff, or like right at the beginning of phone era. It's like it's where this kind of model of premium came in. I mean, a lot of these were like half this free trial, and then if you want to do more, then but
That's how Plants vs. Zombies got me.
exactly. That model is the same thing for all these games, but there are some good ones in terms of that.
Huh.
Like I think Aquarium, or was it called Aquarium, or was it called, where you had the goldfish and you feed them the food, and then there's like you put in the sharks and stuff, and then you level up. I don't know. There's the one where you have the fish, and then he eats more fish, and he gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah.
That's one. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's one of those type of games. It's like they just came out with more and more and more of these games, and I played so much of that game. Some of them were bangers from absolute slop,
Oh yeah.
but it was whatever was free, you know.
Did you ever play a Pop Tropica? Man, that was
I didn't play a lot of social games. I played Roblox like at the beginning. This was like
OG.
06, 08 kind of Roblox. So it's like before it became all slop. I'd say it was still slop, but like
Not as much. Yeah.
not as much, not as commercialized. It felt like pretty contained on itself.
Did you ever play Zoom Beanies?
I played some beats. I played
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Webkins. I had Webkins.
Webkins?
Yeah, the little plushies that you would put in the code and they would go into the game.
Oh, are those kind of like the
look like Beanie Babies.
Nintendo Switch characters, where it's like
They're kind of like that, yeah. You don't scan them. I think you might be thinking of the Spyro spinoff. Skylanders.
Skylanders? Yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of Skylanders. I'm talking about the plushies.
Oh, I
This is
see.
before that.
Wow. Way back.
I'm talking about old.
See, I was more in like the Bakugan Beyblade.
I had Bakugans. I had a little tin.
Those Bakugans were so sick.
I mean, before that, I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Did you have the little like toy that you could like roll out and then it would like
Well, that's the Bakugan.
like spring?
That is the Bakugan.
Yeah.
That's him.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, they're fantastic. Before that, it was Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I never learned how to. Well, I did kind of learn how to play a game. I never played it in person, but I always play it like digitally. All right, I know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh digitally, but I don't. But I haven't. I have tons of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and I've never made a deck out of it.
Really?
Because my dad just used to every so often shoot me a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and I'd be like, all right. And now I have a big plastic container of Yu-Gi-Oh cards,
Oh man.
and none of them are worth anything. I looked, and I don't think any of them were worth a thing. So
Yeah. When me and my brother, when we went to Vegas, we took this book of Pokemon cards that he like accumulated when he was growing up. Like he just kept buying Pokemon cards, and we had a book that was like this thick, and we sold them to this guy in Vegas. He gave us like over $300 for them.
I'm sure mine are worth something. A lot of them are sleeved too, so they're not in bad condition.
Yeah.
Some of them, but it's like every time I've looked, at least the one time I did try to look, and I was looking through I looked on web websites and looked at every single card. I didn't see anything that hit right pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's tough to make money in that market.
yeah, I'd say I'm probably just keeping my set because it's much of it. I got that shit. I remember going to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pyramid of Light movie, man. You remember Pyramid of Light?
No, Yu-Gi-Oh was a bit before my time.
Okay, but there was a movie they put in theaters, and then you got a special card for going, like one of three.
Oh wow.
My brother got the Pyramid of Light, and then I got like one of these little like Charibo things.
Oh man.
It's pretty good. I know. Did we get the Sphinx character? I don't know. It's like it was pretty sick.
Does McDonald's still give out toys?
They do.
They do. I feel like I haven't seen them.
They did get better toys over time. Actually, they've gotten like really cool stuff. I don't know. I haven't ordered for McDonald's in ages. I don't really eat McDonald's.
Me neither. I just feel like I don't see any more like toys. Because when you used to go to McDonald's, that was like a thing. You got like a little toy with your Happy Meal.
Oh yeah, everything's like so like corporatized out over there now. It's like nice corporate sheen now. I mean, you don't even have to play places anymore unless you're the one down in Norway.
Yeah. What? I can't believe it. What's the world coming to? I saw Chick-fil-A with a play place. Not too long ago.
I mean, that's about the same time like the McDonald's still have play places. Yeah, they
Yeah.
still have those. I remember. I think my local one down in up in Georgia had one of those.
Mm.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
a nice one.
Let's get it cheap entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send your kids to the play place and then have them rent the place. And
Yeah.
the the wage slave working back there had to go back clean it all up at night. You know, like I wonder why they got rid of it.
Huh. Imagine like pressure washing one of those things.
Oh, it's gotta be gross.
Oh my god, dude, that cannot be sanitary.
The worst thing ever.
Probably got chicken nugget sauce all over it.
It really would, yeah. Oh my
No.
gosh, I do miss them, but I also know why they're not a thing no more. I mean, they're also trying to compete with things like Chuck E. Cheese, right? Essentially, the idea behind that is like instead of going to like a Chuck E. Cheese, why don't we just go to McDonald's? It's cheaper and it has the big place.
God, Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese. I went to Chuck E. Cheese. I went to some of the weird. I went to Chuck E. Cheese maybe once or twice, but there were some all odd spin-offs. Like there was a Rocky Bull one.
Mm.
There's like a small chain of those. I looked it up with my dad recently. I forget what it's called, but this was a thing. I think the only one I went to was in Myrtle Beach, and it only closed recently-ish.
Mm.
Like maybe 010, 012, maybe 08. They closed, but it was like you had the animatronic show. You had the dining hall in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
You have
All the machines.
the arcade machines and the climbing ropes. But this was back in like the mid aughts, you know.
Mm.
So it was hype as shit.
Oh, I bet.
It was some good shit, and you got Rocky Bullwinkle animatronics, bro. And it's so weird because people don't really know about Rocky Bullwinkle.
Mm.
It's such a older property, you know. So it's like I don't even think I recognized it until later, and I was like, oh yeah, that is what that was, huh?
Mm. Yeah, they were really onto something.
Yeah, I mean, the aughts were about when that kind of thing was dying. I mean, it's when Chuck E. Cheese started shrinking, and then we lost a lot of the other competitors.
Yeah. That's still a thing, right? Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, it's
It's
just
still going. It just kind of fell off.
tighter, right?
Mm.
Smaller franchise size, and then no animatronics.
Man. Dude, who came up with that idea?
Animatronics?
Just the whole like Chuck E. Cheese like business
Fun
model.
Time Entertainment, I think back in the 80s did, if I remember correctly.
That makes sense.
I know a little bit of that history stuff, but it's like there was like this little. They had the animatronics and everything in the arcade space, party space. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's the same idea where like why arcades and stuff are dying nowadays. You know, it's just I don't know. Going out and doing stuff has just less been a thing, I guess, in general.
Same thing with malls.
Yeah, I mean, I still love walking around a mall, but yeah, it's just so
So
hard to convince yourself that like I'm gonna go to the mall today. It's like, oh, I just shop online.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. That's.
I remember hearing a discussion about third locations and now how nowadays a lot of people don't have those. Essentially, it's like somewhere that isn't my home or in work. Where's my third location, right? Where else am I going? You know, is it like back in the day? It was like the mall, the
Or
arcade,
restaurant.
like some restaurants maybe. I mean, somewhere you would just hang out that isn't just here or there, right?
Yeah,
But now it's just like
it's just home and work.
home and work.
That's a good point. I never really thought about that. They're kind of dwindling now. Dude, we had this frozen yogurt place up in Massachusetts. It was called Monster Frozen Yogurt. It was sick. They had computers in there you could use. I used to go in there. I used to go in there and play Happy Wheels,
Right.
and like, dude, the whole place like it would shut down. And I'm just like, what? Like, where am I supposed to eat frozen yogurt?
My frozen yogurt, bro.
Play Happy Wheels. Like,
I'm supposed to play my Happy Wheels, bro. My family's not gonna let me play this thing.
for real. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of like places where like people can like just congregate and like have a good time, except maybe like a basketball court. Or,
I mean, not even that nowadays. It feels like. I mean, depending on who you are. I mean, if you. I mean, it's nice. People who go to the gym. I mean, I've been doing that more recently than ever, but like, that's been a good third location, I guess, going to the gym.
yeah, it's probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, 'cause it's just like you kind of need it for your health. I mean, you can do it at home, but
It's more motivating.
it's more. It's yeah. There's a reason behind it, and I mean, you don't really interact with people as much though. I mean, you just kind of do your own thing, depending. That's the only thing about it.
Throw the headphones on.
Yeah, no, it's a third location, but is it really a third? Are you really socializing there? I don't know.
Probably not. So, are you getting gains? Are you bulking? What's going on here?
I'm just working my core. I'm so tall that my core can't hang on to myself, right? I'm having issues with like leaning down and back problems, so I'm just trying to make sure I don't like keel over.
Get your core strength.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you ever thought about doing the ones where you like lift up with your back? You know what I mean? Where you're like hanging off the side and then you like come up. That might help out.
You mean like how I do this?
Yeah, like in the exercise where it's like you come up like that.
Oh, yeah. I've done some. I had PT for this, so I have some.
Oh, really?
I had regulated PT. Yeah. I've had it twice. Once because I had an injury in my back when I went to Brazil and I went cliff jumping, and then I hit the water like bam,
Oh,
and it fractured one of my vertebrae.
damn.
Yeah, this was a whole thing. I had to right after that. At 15 minutes, I felt like I was paralyzed, and then I had to climb back up, and then we had to walk back to the car, which is like maybe a mile away.
Oh no.
While I was like recovering from it started inflaming from this thing, and then like the rest of the trip, which was only like 2 days at that point, we were pretty much done with the trip. I was just done. I was like, oh, and then just not moving.
Man, you're lucky you didn't get paralyzed. That's pretty.
I know, it was crazy. It's like the one time I tried to do anything like adventurous, and then I just. But no, it's because my blood pressure. As soon as I jump off anything, it just drops, and then I micro faint for like maybe a second or two, and so I couldn't like straighten myself out to go in the water correctly.
Oh, because of your blood pressure?
I think so. I think it's something to do with that, or like an iron thing. Like it's just like I dropped for a second.
Yeah. I think I'm low in iron. I think I gotta get more.
Yeah, I'm starting to fix up some vitamins. I've been talking with the doctor. I have B12 and D3 supplements, and it's been helping, I think.
Oh, really?
I realized that I've been sleeping a lot more, and I was like, there's got to be a reason why. So I was talking with them, and they were like, yeah, I mean, these two could do. Well, the D3 was the first one, and then I also mentioned my family had a historically low B12, and that was another one I'm taking. And it's been helping. I've been napping a lot less.
Nice.
I used to just nap all. Oh my gosh. I did nap at all, and then I got into college, and then I started napping all the time. Like at least it started this semester, which is when the nap was just every day. It was like, and it felt weird. I was like, I'm getting enough sleep. I just want to nap, I guess.
Yeah, feel that.
But now I have that. I reclaim that time back, which is nice.
Bro, like this whole 3 months, like this has been basically just like a cycle of me like going absolutely like as hard as possible for like as long as possible, and then as soon as I get a day off, I just sleep for like 14 hours, and then I just like wake up and like go do it again. Like I've been grinding so hard.
Yeah.
And definitely neglecting my physical health a little bit. So I'm trying to get back into supplements too. I just got some magnesium glycinate.
Okay.
I hear that's good for sleep cycles. And, I also got some fish oil because I find the omega-3s really help with my focus.
Sure.
That makes me feel better. I also use Alpha Brain sometimes. It's like a nootropic. It helps with your focus and memory. I like to take that for exams.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, for me, I just I've been just going with the vitamins of full on supplements because
Yeah.
it's like I know how supplements can be where you can take a lot of vitamins and then a lot of it just comes right back out.
Hmm.
So I'm just trying to take the things I need and know that it won't just come right back out.
Yeah.
Optimize, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could probably use more iron and B3 and B12. Or, yeah, probably B12.
B12 is an odd one. It's not as common. I have family history on it. But D3 is definitely one. It's depending on how much sunlight you get. I don't get a lot. I'm more a very indoors person, so that's definitely a supplement I have to take.
For sure, for sure. All right, Shane. I think we should wrap it up here.
All right, where are we
Yeah.
at? Oh wow, we long.
Yeah, man, we went for it. I think we passed the one with just me.
Yeah, I think so.
Man. All right, is there any final words you'd like to share with the audience?
No, I mean it's been nice talking with you. I think we had a good chat about a lot of stuff I like to hit on. I would say anything that I mentioned though, especially when it comes to the sciences or specific things, definitely check. It's I can say I remember or somebody said, but and I like this. I'm pretty sure they exist, but if you're actually trying to utilize it as information, go check. It's somewhere online. I know.
Yep.
And if it's not, then I'm bullshitting. I guess I don't know.
Yep, it's good practice to fact check.
Fact checking is important.
Yeah. Also, I don't even think we mentioned it. We've actually been lab partners for like 2 whole semesters now.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yep, and we've had a bunch of presentations together,
Mhm.
and it's been great working with you.
Yeah.
You're an excellent lab partner, and it's
You too. I'd say it's been working pretty well. I need to finish that stuff we're doing for the last that presentation. Just like
the report. Yeah, I'll work on the intro and the abstract. Yep. So yeah, I just want to say like you're a solid guy to work with. It's like
yeah, same.
as someone who's performed a lot of labs, it's refreshing to have someone who's very very good at performing lab work and who's easy to work with. So I appreciate that.
No problem.
Very much.
Same with you.
Awesome. Well, Shane, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it very much. And yeah, I'll see you in the lab.